What town are we in again? Monrovia. Good evening and welcome to Gordon Hadley Field in Monrovia, Indiana, where Monrovia will be hosting Linton tonight in football. Monrovia coming in with a 2-0 record. Linton-Stockton coming in at 2-0. So it should be interesting. Monrovia 65-0 winners over Phelan Academy, 50-15 over Cardinal Ritter. And Linton 35-20 over St. Teresa and 39-0 over Park Heritage. So joining me again tonight is Heather Rader and Big D Dan Phillips. And Big D, I'm going to turn to you first on this. Those are impressive scores, but what do we know about the competition?
Well, we know that Cardinal Ritter was a team of really one of the better teams in the state in small school, and they fell upon hard times. So it's I think the Monrovia fans themselves are a little concerned over not getting too overcome with the results. They really manhandled Ritter. Of course, Phelan is a young academy that just started out, so you don't expect them to really put up much of a fight. They didn't throw a pass in either game, and they've just been a running team. But they have some big size, and they got experience coming back. They hurt us last year, if you recall. Brayton Belcher, the fullback, ran for about 148 yards last year against us. Big test tonight for us. Definitely, we've shown we can be as physical, but can we sustain that through the whole course of a night? We showed it last week. We could go 4 quarters. Monrovia, I bet they haven't played beyond the halftime yet.
Big D, I have to look at this and think don't know if I've ever covered a football team that had not thrown a pass before Game 3.
Yeah, and I'm not saying they didn't complete. They haven't even attempted.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, last week Linton was 0 for 2 passing it, but you do remember we had 2 nice passes that were nullified for penalty. So, if watching the game, we can throw the ball. I have to wonder, this quarterback, Eli Welch, was a wide receiver last year. They've never been a passing school, Kevin, but every year, it seems like every single year, they nail us with a pass. Last year it was their tight end caught 2 touchdown passes, and you would think going in you would be aware of that, but they run so much that I think you get sleepy sometimes in that defensive backfield.
It is 82 degrees right now. Probably by kick we'll be in the upper 70s, I would guess. There's literally, I don't see a flag, Big D. Do you see one? I don't see much wind.
Yeah, it's to the right
now.
To the scoreboard, it's hanging straight down.
Straight down. So right now we have what you would call a perfect night for football. Heather, what are you seeing tonight?
Well, I'm seeing a number of minor fans that have made the trek to Monrovia for our first road game, but I'm also seeing a number of minor fans that are watching from home. Let's give some shout-outs to some of those that are watching. Barbara Flynn, James Hamilton, Terry Smith, Gina Fish, Melissa Hamilton, Kim Keller, Lester Morrison, and our own high school volleyball coach Scott Vanderkolk and their family.
Salute. We'll talk more about that a little later on.
Right.
Go ahead, Heather.
One thing we would like to start with is we have a special video interview from the lone high school senior golfer for this year, Gabby Flath, and we had an opportunity to interview her this week on the upcoming night of her senior year, which will be this coming Wednesday.
Oh, they beat the Arrows, I saw.
They did beat the Arrows.
In any sport, that's always pleasing.
And so we're going to take a break and let you listen to her about what she's looking forward to most for senior night.
Yeah, we just started, and they're having senior night already. But
you're listening to Rader Media Sports, home of.
Gabby, tell me a little bit about how golf is going this year for you.
This year, I started off a little rough, but I'm getting back into it. I just shot I was low medalist at our last match, which is really good for my senior season. It's been a really great time these past couple of years. I've had great support just from everyone. I've had a great time. I've had so many friends help me through it, just all my family. It's just been really great.
Do you think that's something you'll do the rest of your life now?
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna go to college for golf as of right now, and I hope to just have fun with it and just enjoy every second of it as long as I can.
What else did you want to ask?
So what's been probably your favorite memory throughout your 4 years of golf here at Linton Stockton? if you can narrow it to one.
My freshman year, I got really close with McKenna O'Brien, and she was playing golf, and she actually invited me to go golfing with her, and I had so much fun. And I was good. I mean, I was able to do well, so I played, and I just fell in love with the game. I made so many new friends. McKenna was a sophomore when I was, or a junior when I was a freshman, so I had 2 years with her, and then she graduated, which was rough on me because she was my purpose for golfing, so it was really hard. But then I made more friends with it, and I've made so many friends from other schools, and I'll see them at other events. I've had girls at basketball games come up and hug me because we play golf together. It's just a great environment, and I love it.
Welcome back to Gordon Hadley Field in Monrovia, Indiana. And you just heard from Gabby Flath, the lone senior golfer, who shared some of her experiences from her senior year season so far, and who are looking forward to what's to come after high school.
You know, it was a neat story when she told the one, and Big D, you'll understand this. She said that she made a friend with someone who was a golfer, and that friend talked her into trying out. And as it turns out, she loved golf. And it took off, and so she's golfing now in her senior year. I'm telling you, that's what friendships can do in a school.
Well, we've seen that in about every sport. Guys that didn't play, that a friend has kind of said, why don't you give it a shot? The best example would be Logan Webb from the football program, and a couple of Nathan Frady last year came out because of friends that talked to him. And then we had Hunter Jennings went and played to the basketball program.
Yeah. Heather?
So Kevin and I had the opportunity, we're going to show a graphic here on the screen. We had an opportunity to speak with the BC2M club at Linton Stockton High School, and it's comprised of about 20 members. And we wanted to kind of give a shout out to them because we did a number of interviews with the sponsor as well as a number of members in the team. And we just wanted to kind of share that, you know, September is Suicide Awareness Month, and Linton is actually going to be hosting a mental health awareness walk on September the 22nd. And this is their third annual event. It's grown each year. Rader Media Sports is actually going to be a part of it that day. So we just want to kind of bring some awareness to it during tonight's volleyball or football game, rather, and be able to have you be on the lookout for our Facebook page and our website for more information that is coming soon. Now I want to kind of do a special ode, so to speak. And many of you know Kevin as your play-by-play announcer, but many of you do not know the history behind Kevin. And we've had a number of people in the last couple of weeks say, who is Kevin Rader and what has Kevin Rader done? And he actually was inducted into the Emmys Hall of Fame, the Emmy Silver Circle, last Sunday in Indianapolis. And we're very fortunate that one of his photojournalists that he worked with alongside for many years put together this special recap of some of those people who had worked alongside Kevin and showed some special memories. So we thought we would take a break and give you about a 4-minute insight into the lengthy career of 50 years of broadcasting.
I was lucky right out of college. 1981, I got my first job in TV in Kearney, Nebraska, and that's where I met Kevin. He was, at that time, actually doing sports as a reporter and was the sports anchor at the station. 2 years after that, I got my second job in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and not long afterward, Kevin ended up going to Green Bay as well.
They say the city is spending a lot of money.
Came to Indianapolis.
A phone bank will be opened here tomorrow.
Kevin was here before too long. His family became very close to my family. He was the best man at our wedding. That meant a lot to me.
That's just who Kevin Rader is. And whether you've known him for 20 years or 20 minutes, you trust him, you like him. And being able to make that kind of connection with somebody that quickly as a storyteller, that's a superpower.
I think, the thing that has paved the way for him is Kevin's an empath. I don't know how much of it is hardwiring, how much of it is, how much of it is nature nurture. I don't think he'd mind me saying this, but, he didn't come from the country club side of town. And he's never lost that. The political reporting and stuff he did, he's done interviews in the White House, and he's done interviews in homeless shelters, and he's at home in either place.
It's amazing what one can find in adversity. America's found itself.
9/11. I was a sophomore in college, and I remember seeing him live in New York.
As the rescue workers come away from the towers after putting in a long day, New Yorkers line West Side Highway to cheer them on.
To see him there, just right then and there, it's like, okay, this is the real deal.
Lawmakers approved a pilot program.
How many sessions did he cover at the State House?
Hoosiers taking some real leadership roles here.
Presidential conventions, vice presidents.
Is it the same Mike Pence we would see in Indiana?
That's what we're doing. We're always just capturing these moments, and capturing all those with him is just spectacular.
We all have that special place where we wish we could be.
It was so great anchoring the 6 o'clock news and knowing that we had a Kevin Rader story that was going to be in the show. It was something that we all stopped and would watch.
And his fingers started to dance.
Yes.
He is the person who can find the story in everybody.
Make us laugh.
We've got to find something because I'm the last maggot.
Bring us to tears, and then always wrap it up with a perfect little bow.
Because each and every one of them truly does have a story to tell, for at least as long as there is someone to listen.
The perfect ending phrase.
And only
it's meaningful
if there's still someone willing to tell it.
I'm just happy to be a small part, that's all.
Yes, Kevin, that's exactly it. He did that night after night.
I think of legend, I think of excellence, I think storyteller.
He got people, he connected with people, he was good with people.
He could go from the State House and be playing basketball in a barn the next thing you knew.
It doesn't matter what kind of job you have, what your hobbies are, whatever it is, he can dig right down deep in there, and he will find a wonderful story to tell.
That was the magic. There's no other way to describe it. It was magic.
And what a wonderful career you had. So I'm so glad for this honor that you are in the Silver Circle and that we can come together and celebrate Kevin Rader, the journalist, an exceptional journalist and person too.
Well, I tell you what, that had to be an awesome thing for Kevin to witness. I know you were there too. What was Kevin's face like was broadcasting over the big screen?
I think both of us were extremely emotional, as was his children who were in attendance, and I'm sure Kevin probably was going back through all of the highlights and trying to put himself in those positions. He's done everything from covering sports to tragedies to items of hope and giving people hope, and presidents, governors, and everything in between. And I think John Whalen said it best. He can cover things in the White House, but he can also cover things in a homeless shelter, and he never lost his touch. And I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of this project that we've started here at the school, and we thank all of you for joining us. We know that a lot of people did not make the trek to Monrovia this evening because of commitments for Labor Day and commitments with other children, and Worthington's having their huge yard sale this weekend. We drove through.
Not a pleasant trip anyway.
Right.
It's a winding road.
That road's fun.
But you could count me in as one of those that I'd really, I didn't watch Indianapolis news where I was. So when Kevin was said he was going to be my radio partner. I thought, well, who is this Kevin? I don't know anything about him. And then I kind of looked him up on the internet and thought, well, wait a minute. This guy's been to 9/11 and been overseas and been into Trump aircraft and all sorts of stuff. So now you can add Linton Minor football to your long list of accomplishments, Kevin. It's been really a pleasure to work with you, and I'm add me to the name of people real proud to be involved with you.
Well, thank you. And Heather, you're going to have to take it.
Yeah.
I can't.
So today we also had the opportunity to speak with our student assistant, who is not present this evening due to work, which we're very proud of him for being in that role as well. But he is encouraging everyone we did a little interview with him this morning, and he's encouraging everyone who is listening, who might be interested in joining the Business Professionals of America. They're having an informational meeting this Tuesday after we come back from Labor Day. And it's an opportunity for anyone who is involved in business or entrepreneurship or just someone who loves to network. And Braden, I tell you what, is a networker. And he has done fabulous. In fact, today we did an interview at the school, and he's like, oh, I don't want to talk. And he sat down. And I tell you, I saw a mini Kevin Rader there. He was quick on his feet. He had enthusiasm. He had the energy. And he jumped right in full force.
He could really.
I think he's set to do. He's already done amazing things, but I think this student is going to go places.
And he's a junior, correct?
He's a junior. We've got him for hopefully 2 years
for next year. And one thing I should say, we think there are others like that in that school system, and we're hoping that we can find them.
We actually interviewed a couple of students this morning rather. For a project that we're working on, and one of them said, hey, I would like to be in the booth with you guys. The problem is that I participate during football games. Mm-hmm. So is there a way to make this work? And it's absolutely we can make this work because we have volleyball games. We have basketball that's coming up. And we should say we're excited because we added 2 middle school volleyball games to our lineup for September. So we actually have 6 confirmed volleyball games and 2 high school and 2 middle school confirmed as of right now. So we're going to be busy in the gym.
Just get the cots out and set up in the weight room.
There we go.
Who needs that house? Just move into the gymnasium.
There we go. But we're excited. We're excited to follow this football team. We're excited to follow the volleyball team. But we're also excited to share the highlights and the students that are making a difference in the school. And I was so excited today as I was preparing for this game. I was flooded with Student of the Week nominations from teachers. I was flooded with Athlete of the Week nominations. I have a number of teachers that have said, hey, we've got this really cool thing going on. We want you to focus on it. So 3 weeks in, and we're going.
That's the aspect that you guys wanted to bring to this. It was not just going to be focusing on the football. That brings us here, but so much other things to go. And it's an awesome thing, and I'm amazed how busy you guys are now. I'm just doing the football, and I know basketball will try to do more, but watching you guys do the volleyball game last night, that might have been the best volleyball game I think I've ever seen.
Well, it's the best one I've ever seen.
I would agree, and I tell you, we had someone. Actually, I had someone yesterday, a coach, ask me, "Are you exhausted yet?"
Yeah.
And I'm not in exhaustion mode at all. I'm in challenge mode.
Yeah.
Like I wish I could add 24 more hours to each day because we have lots of ideas that Kevin and I would like to
I could
execute.
see Kevin now doing this without even looking because he's behind me in this booth this week. So
right.
But I thought I was retired. But
yeah.
And he will say that. He will say that a lot. Hey, I'm retired, and I will say, but it's this is what we did today was incredible.
Yeah, and this is so much better than sitting on the couch. Look, I tried that for about a year, and that really wasn't working out. And luckily, Big D got me off the couch a little bit. I could do some football, and I think that kind of got things moving again, got the juices flowing, and I thought, yeah, let's do it. Let's try to make a difference.
There are fewer things that get you more pumped up than high school athletics.
I agree.
And we're so lucky. And Linton has, just
great
about
program.
every program is a competitive program. The kids and the family, the community. I mean, that's why I'm such a diehard Miner fan, and this gives me the opportunity to be more involved, which I've always wanted to do, and now the means are there for me to do it. So it's going to be a fun year if you guys don't fall over. We'll be all right.
Now, don't curse us
I'm
that
not.
way.
I'm just throwing it out
Sometimes
there.
people say we need to be in a bubble.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
I do. What
So
the heck?
I just want to kind of, I'm going to do this quite often throughout the broadcast just because we are on a away field here. We have a number of people that are watching, and I mentioned a number earlier, but we'd also like to get some more people praise for joining us here on the network tonight. Stephen and Debbie Kuhn says that they're watching, and thank you for this. Katie Elliott, she and Greg are watching as well. J.R. Voicechild says, let's go Miners, and a huge shout out to Jesse Voicechild. And then Margaret Ann Simon, who I did not have the opportunity to meet last night. I'm pretty sad about that. But
she said to say hello.
She did say to say hello, but she likes and shares every single thing, and I'm almost certain she's the first one to do it on her Facebook page. And once I was telling someone earlier, I think I ran into one of the football moms as I was taking a break before this. Once I sit down in this box, I don't get up the entire broadcast.
Yeah.
So I did not have the opportunity to go say hello to Margaret. So hello, and hopefully our paths will cross soon to where we can meet.
Heather, can I add something? I know we are focusing on sports tonight, but I just want to reiterate there's a lot of kids doing very neat things at Linton High School and probably at every other high school in America as well who aren't getting the attention that they deserve, and that's kind of what we hope to bring.
I can honestly say that this morning we spent, about an hour and a half at the school, and we kind of did a number of mini interviews, and I was so impressed by the students that we had the opportunity to interview, the causes that they are putting out to the public, the awareness that they are drawing for certain said causes. And I know that we've been in close contact with those members in the choir and the musical, and we're going to be kind of showcasing who the members in the choir department are as well. I'm looking across the field and I see the cheer team, and we're going to kind of work on trying to get them a little bit more recognition throughout the year because they are the face of the Miner pride.
We really don't mention them a whole lot, really. Not a lot. There's so many of them. It's hard to keep up with all of that.
Right. What I want to do now, Kevin, is let's take about 5 minutes here and talk about last night's volleyball game because we have a special highlight we want to show here in just a moment, but we'd like to...
Let me go over these scores first, so let's put this in perspective. First set, 25-19 Linton over Northview. That was it was a 5-set night, by the way, if somehow you're living under a rock and didn't know last night. It's 25-20 in the second set, Linton. So at that point, it really looked like Linton was cruising. And you were thinking to yourself, they're playing a really good volleyball team here. I can't believe they've swept the first two sets. Well, third set, 25-19 Northview. The fourth set, and brace yourself, 30-28. We're on the edge of our seats as Northview won that 30-28, which pushed it to a 5-set and the 15-13 deciding set.
Yeah, but you're leaving out the fact that, I mean, number one, kudos to Northview for coming back,
That's
on the
exactly
road.
right.
And then the other thing is that last set to 15, it was 10-0 Linton, and we thought for all the world, or I did at home, that this game was going to be over. And then next thing you know, you said, did Northview have another run at them? They've had it all night.
They
Bam,
did.
there it was, 13-all.
Unbelievable.
It's unreal.
And I should say that we've had a lot of people that have messaged us today that have talked about that they were in person. They love the atmosphere. They love the fan in the stands. They love a number of sections got up and started doing their own cheers. We saw a number of the Linton Miner football team who came in from their practice and sat on the front row to cheer on their Miners.
You know, Heather, let me just jump in here because Big D hit a nail on the head. At the end of the 30-28 set, both sides in the crowd stood and gave these kids a standing ovation.
And when they came out for the fifth game, they did it again.
It was just the realization of what you were watching. You were watching stupendous volleyball.
Right. And I think it's interesting. We kept mentioning that we had watched the Nebraska volleyball matchup on Wednesday where they filled the Nebraska Husker Stadium of 92,003,
I think.
Something like that. And, we put out a challenge. And I think that one side was pretty full. And we've had a number of people that said, I watched this in person, this was electric and this was great. And then we had a number of people that wrote and were like, where's the live stream? Where did it go? And as always, we always want to say that every game may not be shown for 24 hours, and it's due to the coach's discretion, and this was asked to be removed immediately.
Now, the reason the coach does that is because other teams will scout, and he knows they're going to play them.
It's the negative. It's the negative side of the whole thing. Is that that can be used, which is a shame because I know people want to watch it, but we got to respect the coach's wishes. Got to work together on these things. So,
and it will be there at the end of the year. When the year is over, you'll be able to send out and relive those moments.
By the way, who was it? Nebraska played? The University of Omaha, was it? How those girls have to feel running out to 92,000.
Oh, could you imagine?
I cannot imagine.
You know, in the early match, there was University of Nebraska Kearney against Wayne State. Can you imagine those kids?
It's once in a lifetime, that's for sure.
Heather?
So what we want to do with the coach's permission is we're actually going to show you the last play of the game. So you can see, we actually went back and re-clipped it, so you can actually see the match point of game number 5, and we have that to play for you right now. You're listening to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Ella Warwick with the serve.
There it is. Oh, my.
McDonald
that was close to being an ace.
Sets by Buck to Lucas
off the
block and they're able to save
he
it.
goes backwards
Send
over the net.
Send it back over Audrey Warwick.
It's
Set up Sophie
It's Ella
Hale.
for the game. No, it's hit straight up.
Lucas
back to Lucas
with the roll.
again.
And it's
long.
out.
It's out. That's
Miners
it.
win.
The Miners win it. Unbelievable. 15-13 in set 5. Oh my gosh, you got to give these girls on both sides a standing ovation.
Yeah, that was some
beautiful night
volleyball.
of volleyball. Folks, it doesn't get any better than this. We told you it was going to be this good, and it was. And look, if their coach has come over to congratulate the Miners.
They know
That's classic.
They know what a great night it was for both teams.
So that's what it looked like last night in volleyball, a 5-set victory for Linton, but it was stupendous. Northview is just an excellent, excellent volleyball team. Now, Heather or Big D, I may need your headset because Nick Perica is joining us now. He's the athletic director here at...
It's a familiar name. I've heard that name before.
Here at Monrovia, and he's been kind enough to come in here and sit down here and talk to... Well, not really sit. You're more familiar with this place than I am.
Yeah.
Nick, tell me first of all, thank you very much for everything you guys have done to make us be able to do this tonight. And I know you've been talking to Heather all week long, and I know that's what the school spirit thing is really all about, is working between schools.
You got it. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, you know, we want to promote our kids any way possible, and when other schools come in and want to do the same, we put both schools together and put them at the forefront of everything that we do. And usually, no matter how much work it takes or how much planning or days in advance, we're willing to do whatever it is to promote that and to help people out.
Yeah, and you have. It's been wonderful. Tell us a little bit about your football team. You're 2-0.
Yeah, so we beat Cardinal Ritter week 1. It's been a tough game for us in the last couple of years. We've taken care of business against them. Then last week, Phelan Academy. That was kind of a one-off game that we just played them this year because we need to fill week 2. So we're 2-0. We haven't been tested too much yet, so we know tonight is going to be a 4-quarter, juggernaut of a football game. I think the last 2 weeks our starters have played the first half, and that's it. So I know.
I wondered about that.
Yeah,
when I looked at the stats.
So you can look at it one of two ways. I know you guys, Linton had a tough one last week against a very physical team from Illinois and got the win. So you could look at it as, we're not very battle tested yet, and our kids haven't had to play a full game. But also, I can assure you that we're pretty well rested because of that as well.
Big D, we've had years like that in the past. Where
certainly.
You're not playing, you play till halftime, and then you don't really know how good your team is.
It's like he said. I mean, Cardinal Ritter in the day was one of the state powers around there. So I don't know what's happened at Cardinal Ritter, but you got some big corn-fed boys. Maybe those pizzas, some 290, 240 guys. But I know Coach Olson, and I'm quite sure that you guys have practiced hard and are going to be ready to go to the 4 quarters.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is a game that he wants to keep playing every year.
It's a great series.
He's gotten to know Coach Oliver pretty well through coaching in the Wabash Valley game and through some other things that they've done together. And I think go back and look at the scores and the actual football game. So when I started here 2 years ago, this was the first event that I worked as the athletic director.
Right.
And I think it was a tie game going into half, or very close to it. And then Linton.
Yeah, 42-36.
And then coming out at halftime, Linton put it to us. So
well, it
I
came
think,
down to the end. I mean, you had a great running back, number 8. I can't remember his name, but he got down on. Some of these games have come down to literally the last snap, and you got the Belcher and Kendall kid. You got a 1-2 punch.
I was just going to say, tell us about Brayton Belcher.
Yeah, so both those kids. So Kendall's been one over the last year who's really developed. I think from the offseason, he's probably, to this point since the year ended, he's been our biggest improvement as far as physically, the way he's committed to it. And you see that jump from kids a lot going from their junior to senior year, and it's been awesome to see with him.
You play a fullback. I love seeing
fullback. Not only that, but he's their bread and butter. I mean, he ran literally down our throats last year, had 148 yards.
Belcher. So, Belcher, so after that Linton game, I think it was the next week, he got hurt and was out for a while, and, we ended up losing. Linton was the start of 7 losses in a row for us. And we had a couple kids, Josie Hand comes to mind the most, who really had to step up when he was out. And then when Belcher came back, we kind of shifted our backfield around to get all those kids on the field at once. And that really helped us make our deep postseason run, was having a lot of those kids get some playing time when Brayton was out.
I think he shocked the world.
Yes. Me included. So it was
knocked Owen Valley out of the ranks, and really went quite far. I mean, I knew once Belcher came back, and like you say, you put guys in there. We've had that with Linton over years, where a guy suddenly gets play time. You're like, we got to put him on the field.
Yeah. I mean, you really see how much depth you have, and it's an opportunity for a lot of kids to kind of step up. And it was, we run one of those offenses. I actually played at Rader when we spread it out and throw it around everywhere. And you get some of those games where it's 30 degrees and raining or snow or sleet in the playoffs, and it's hard to do those things. So one of the benefits of the offense that we run is, it doesn't matter if it's windy or cold or snow or what. We can run our stuff and run it well. So
tell me about Eli Welch, the 6'2", 270-pound senior quarterback who was a wide receiver a year ago.
Yeah, if you can't tell by the number, quarterback number 20. So Doug Flutie.
I thought it might be John Hadel or something.
Oh, I remember that name, Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie's more my time. I don't know about you guys. But.
All right. Hey, I remember you playing in high school. So
yeah. So, Welch. Another senior who's come a long way. He was a contributor last year, big time. He made a couple catches as a receiver in the Owen Valley game. Owen Valley, we had to actually bust out the passing game a little bit to score and convert some third and longs. So Welch transitioned well into our offense. He has not thrown a pass in 2 games. So I don't know.
That.
Yeah, he looked good throwing the ball out there, though. So I'm sure we've noticed that.
He's a good baseball player for us. He's been a varsity kid in baseball the last couple of years. And like I said, he's a great athlete, good basketball player, too. He's a 3-sporter for us.
But you always get us every year on that tight end. The tight end sneaks out of there. You would think, honestly, that you'd expect it. But last year had a tall. You got another one this year.
You don't know when they're going to do it.
But I mean, it's like 3rd and 8. You're like, tight end, here it comes. But
I remember a play last year against you guys vividly. I think you went down the field and scored, really completing a couple passes on 3rd downs, and we had. We ran that, our play action, and we have 2 guys running down the middle, and our quarterback had some pressure, and he threw it right in between them both. Mm-hmm. And it was like, from that moment, you guys were able to. I think you scored pretty quick after that. But
we got up 26-0, and that helped us.
Yes.
Then we could afford to let you drive down the field.
Yep.
But the big play. So I'm sure we're going to be watching for that tonight as well.
Yeah, and it's one of those where you can play it one of 2 ways. The last couple of weeks, once you get up a little bit early, you can say, all right, we're going to try to practice our passing game a little bit and work on it against an actual varsity defense instead of in practice. And our coach, Coach Olson's the opposite. He doesn't want to put it on film and show people. He wants to keep running it if we can. So I definitely expect us to have to do that a little bit tonight. Obviously, you guys are very physical and large up front, and I think you're going to have to mix that stuff in if we want to be successful. So.
Nick, thank you very much for joining us. By the way, we have a receiver that's moved to quarterback this year too. Paul Oliver was a freshman receiver last year.
Yes, and I've praised Jennings ever since that game I went to last year. I think I've told everybody in Indianapolis how great he was, and I thought, oh man, I think we'll have him this year. And then you see this grown man of a quarterback step in and fill his shoes this year. So yeah, good player, and he's got a lot of games left in his future.
Thank you again for your hospitality. We love coming here.
You bet, guys. Enjoy it. Looking forward to the game. Thank you.
All right. So that's we thank Nick Paricchia for coming in and
that was awesome.
Speaking with us a little bit and giving us a perspective that normally we don't get. Heather?
Well, we have a number of people that have joined the broadcast, and one of them I'd like to correct myself because Stephen and Debbie Kuhn are actually known as Mammy and Pappy.
Uh-oh.
They said that they have pretty much embraced a number of the Linton Miner fans, so we want to make sure that we give a special shout out to them. We also have Joy Hubble, who is Russell Goodman's mother, who is watching from home tonight, as well as Susie Shepler. We also have Mr. Hadley and Martha. I will always call him Mr. Hadley because he was my government and history teacher in high school. I will always refer to him as that. They are watching from Linton as well. Chelsea White and a number of others that have joined the broadcast.
It's fairly impossible for you to name them all, isn't it?
We have pretty good numbers right now watching this ball game, and we're very thankful for all of the conversations that the athletic director and I have had back and forth this week to make this game
we got to
seamless.
appreciate that he takes the time.
Yes,
that's awesome that it works good, and I know Darren Clayton's the same way.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
We should say that we're getting closer and closer to game time here, and I know we've got the starting lineups coming up. So, Big D, I know we'll want to turn that over to you to let you go over to the starting lineups while you've got a little time in order to do it. Do we want to go to a break first before that, Heather? Or
Absolutely.
Do we want to go? Okay,
Absolutely.
Then you are listening to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Mayor John Wilkes in the city of Linton would like to wish the Linton football Miners a successful season. You'll like Linton, but you'll love our Miners.
Yeah, it's great. This is Jake Breedlove. Are you looking for a house in the Linton area? If so, call my dad, Jeremy Breedlove, with Dyer Real Estate. Contact him at 812-798-7899. This is Jake Breedlove. Are you looking for a house in the Linton area? If so, call my dad, Jeremy Breedlove, with Dyer Real Estate. Contact him at 812-798-7899.
Correll's Gas of Linton has been locally owned and operated for 77 years. They offer residential and agricultural propane. They also fill all sizes of propane cylinders and motorhomes. Located on Highway 54 in Linton, find them on Facebook at Correll's LP Gas or just call 812-847-4076. Autumn Trace of Greene County is the perfect setting where seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying the supportive care that they need in their daily lives from a 24-hour care staff. Call Jathan and his friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place.
The goal isn't graduation day. It's a better every day after. It's the first day in your new career. Your first pay raise. The 5th day of that week-long vacation. It's the first paid holiday home with your family. Or the day of your last car loan payment. Much sooner than you thought. At Ivy Tech Community College, we don't just care about your degree. We care about your life. Let's get started at ivytech.edu.
Welcome back to Hadley Field in Monrovia, Indiana, where Monrovia is hosting the Linton Miners tonight. It's time for the starting lineups. They're brought to you by Klusner Construction of Linton. Whether it's a remodel or new construction, you know it will be done right the first time, every time. And that is important when you choose Klusner Construction. Starting lineups, Big D.
Well, the Miners and the Bulldogs have met several times over the history. We've played 14 times. Linton has won 8. Monrovia 6, but Linton has won the last 4 games in a row. You have to go back to 2018, a 23-0 Monrovia win to get to the last Monrovia victory. They're playing Screaming for Vengeance as their come-in music, which kind of makes me think they're thinking about payback tonight. They're led by Eli Welch, senior 6'2", 170 quarterback. As the athletic director mentioned, he's yet to pass the ball this year, and that's because senior 6'3", 205 fullback Brayton Belcher has 24 carries, 193 yards, 3 touchdowns. That's 8 yards a carry. Dominic Kendall.
You know, Big D, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you just for a moment, because we saw a fantastic back last week.
I know.
Is this kid as good as the back we saw last week?
I don't know that anybody's going to be as good as Jakarian Jones. The problem with that situation for them was he was all their offense was, and I think he got wore down towards the end. In this case, we've got two guys. The Kendall we just mentioned, he's got 176 yards, and Ryder Poole's also got 91 yards. So they're going to have three different guys they go to. They throw the ball, it'll be Truman Todd, the wide receiver, junior, 5'10", 140, and Hayden Smith, the tight end, at 5'11", 180. Now prepare yourselves for the size of these down linemen. The center is going to be Colin Mann. They start three sophomores on the offensive line. He is a 5'11", 205-pounder at center, a key position for such a young kid. The other two sophomores, Connor Denault, a 5'9", 210 guard, and Brody Clampett, a 5'11", 240 tackle. Then come the two big dogs, Brendan Frank, who wears number 53, 6'2", 290 at tackle, and Lane Whitney, 6'1", 290 at the guard. So you got to figure they're going to pound the ball inside. Defensively, they're led by the linebacker Ethan Followell, another sophomore, 5'10", 185. He's joined by Joseph Smith and Josie Hand. You heard Parisha talking about him as well. These are all underclassmen. Down front, again, Clampett, Lane, and Frank. So you got to wonder about those 290, 240 guys that are going to go both sides of the ball. Kendall and Eli Welch are going to be your two defensive Kendall's the defensive end. Welch and Ryder Poole are going to be the quarterbacks. Noah Breeden and Parker Hale will be the guys in the safety. For the Miners, great game from Paul Oliver last week. He was over 100 yards along with Eli Scott. Linton has had three 100-yard rushers thus far this year. Oliver, one of the key things I like seeing is we got four guys with over 100 yards. Paul Oliver, 6'3", 205, has got 153 yards, 4 touchdowns. Christian Schonk, 12 carries, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eli Scott with a big game last week, player of the game last week, 8 carries, 149 yards, and a touchdown. And Jesse Voigtchild, 17 for 171 with over 10 yards a carry. When they pass the ball, it's 4 for 9 for Oliver. Of course, he had a 70-yarder turn back last week. He's got 73 yards, has an interception. I like the fact we have multiple receivers. Hayden Feltner has caught a pass for 12 yards. Cooper Smith has got one for 17. Both good-sized kids, 6'1", 6'2". Up front, the Miners aren't small. And you start off with the center, Blaine Kirkman, 5'10", 225 senior. Hank Jennings, a 6'2", 250 junior. And Ty Boyd, a 6'2", 210 senior. Jennings with 13 pancake blocks. On the right side, Jimmy K. Wright, 5'11", 210 as a sophomore. He has 10 pancakes. And Jake and Breedlove, 6'7", 300 pounds. So we got to figure Breedlove and one of those 290 guys are going to be meeting each other. Defensively, Christian Schunk has led the way on the inside linebacker, 26 tackles, 4.5 for loss. The other linebacker, Russell Goodman, his first game back last week. And then Corey Andrews and Paul Oliver are going to be in the outside. Andrews had a big fumble recover last week inside the 10-yard line, gave the Miners a chance to put the points on the board. Paul Oliver, of course, he has 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. Ashton White, nose tackle, has got 17 tackles. Ty Boyd's on the other side with Hank Jennings. The defensive backs, Hayden Feltner, Braylon McBride, a senior, 5'9", 150. And Cooper Smith and J.C. Voigtchild are going to be the two guys at the defensive backfield.
All righty, Big D. And, of course, again, the starting lineups are brought to you by Klusner Construction of Linton. Whether it's a remodel or a new construction, you know it'll be done right the first time, every time, when you choose Klusner Construction. The posts are coming in here. I've got one from Shane Dog.
Oh, Shane Dog Rimmel.
D-A-W-G-G Rimmel. Hey, Kevin, you and Big D do a great job watching from Smithville, Big D. So I'll throw that out for you.
Shane usually sends me some scores. I appreciate when you do that.
All right. And then I got another one from Stephen Priest. And, Heather, I'll let you handle this. How do I watch the live stream? I figure he's watching it, or he wouldn't. I don't know.
I actually sent a message back to him in Facebook, so he's now connected on the live stream.
Oh, fantastic for that. So I'm Kevin Rader, along with Heather Rader and Big D, Dan Phillips, broadcasting from the Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home Service Press Box. There, I messed that up. The Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Service Press Box. There, your lamp of hope when you need it the most.
And
Heather?
we will take a break and actually hear from Todd Walton of Walton Funeral Service. We are Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Century, you have seen a lamp as our logo. This is the lamp of hope. It is a symbol that though we will go through darkness at the time of loss, there is a light that leads us to a greater eternity. It also reflects that we will be a light to help you through this difficult time. We're here when you need us most.
Okay, welcome back here to Monrovia, where we have the battle of the undefeateds, Big D. Both 2-0, Linton Stockton against Monrovia. You know, we've had years like this before where you'd say you play against some teams, you don't even play your starters the whole game, and we always wondered what would their stats be had they played the entire year, or the entire game, I'm sorry. That's where Monrovia finds itself. So really, they're kind of an enigma. We don't know how good they really are.
It's exactly true because, Phelan Academy, and we play Phelan in week 9, and that's going to be the same scenario there. They did manhandle usually a pretty big Rader team, so you got to take some consideration into that. But, yeah, this is the big test for them. I'm trying to get back to that information and what they did last year because it was kind of the same situation last year. But big test for them, and I think for us, the fact that we did play a very competitive, hard-fought four-quarter game that I thought we showed a lot of character. We had 2 touchdowns called back, and Paul Oliver handled it like a pro and had some breaks. We had 4 turnovers last week. Still, the Miners were able to move the ball down the field, and they hung in there all night against Jakarian Jones. That guy was a beast.
But may I say, when Christian Schonk made that hit, did things turn in that ball game, Big D?
Boy, I tell you what, I think the Miners were feeling it by then, but that hit, that just uncorked everything in St. Teresa's world when that happened.
And what made it so unbelievable was how good Jones is. I mean, he is a fantastic running back.
He'd been running.
Schonk just shut it off.
He'd been running over our guys. I mean, we'd hit him at the line, and you could not bring him down with one guy. And Schonk just put, really, that's going to be the benchmark all year if we can get hits like that were legal, nice hits, didn't lead with the helmet, and that really wreaked havoc. And I think just a few plays later, it was Russell Goodman in his only carry of the year, 15 yards around the left corner for a Miner touchdown. It really was enjoyable to see how the Miners fought through that ball game.
I should say the scoreboard tonight and every night this season is sponsored by Meek Financial Services of Linton. Meek Financial offers education planning, retirement planning, life insurance, portfolio management. Call 812-545-4710 to schedule an appointment today. Heather?
So, for those of you that are watching, since this is our first road game, we thought it might be a great opportunity for us to give you, the viewers at home, a little kind of camera lesson in what you're viewing on your screen. So right now, you are seeing the opponent's side of the field, which is our Miner country fans, and that will be camera number 1. Much like whenever we're at home, we always have a camera that usually a student assistant or ourselves, in tonight's case it'll be me, will be able to do some tight shots and be able to show you some behind the scenes for the game. Now I'm going to click to what is Monrovia's camera, which is a tactical camera that is actually placed on their press box and will move with the action. So as you see it right now, it is actually panning to where our Miners are entering from the end zone into line of play. You'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner that you'll see the integrated scoreboard. And for those of you that have watched the Miner broadcast for the last 2 weeks at home, you'll notice that this kind of looks similar to what ours looks like because we, in fact, actually have a huddle focus camera mounted on our press box in Linton that Rader Media Sports was able to kind of partner with Linton Stockton School Corporation and be able to install in both the football field and the basketball field. So for those basketball court, sorry.
That's all right.
So you're going to notice that we'll kind of go back and forth between the 2 cameras. You'll see a scoreboard in the lower left-hand corner of the one that you're looking at now, and that comes from the integrated picture-in-picture company that we work with. So if it gets a little bright, if it gets a little dark, there is nothing that we can do about the scoreboard because that is integrated into the host site software.
Looks like where the band is out there, they're probably getting ready for the national anthem, so we'll keep it here and keep talking until then, but as soon as they start, obviously, we'll stop and listen.
And I want to add that, Kevin and I are pretty much standing here with headsets on watching the game and broadcasting, and there's more to it than that, but she's the one, Heather's the one who's got the computer that's switching it. Tonight she's manning the camera and, of course, doing the soundboard as well.
She's producer, director. And people, you got to know how valuable this is. Everybody's rising for the, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
Gosh.
You know, something that many of you may not, I'm sorry. You want to do something? Something many of you may not have noticed, but it certainly allows us, I think, greater creativity, is we've taken the pregame show from a half an hour to an hour, and Big D, I think that really helps.
Oh, yeah, but that allows you to do all the extra things that, an hour is great if you don't have nothing to put in it, then it's just not. But you guys have gone to the extra work of getting these interviews with the girl with the golf, which is a great thing, and then the school and the athletic. Normally we're shoveling for time to try to get everything in.
Highlights.
Yeah, so that's I know that takes a lot of work, but that's what it's for, and I hope that people appreciate it out there.
We should say the first quarter in this is sponsored by Key Associates, your key to the best. Serving Greene and surrounding counties for over 30 years, Key Associates of Linton, LLC, has helped generations of clients buy and sell homes. Whether you're looking to buy your home or next investment or sell your home to enter the next chapter in your life, Allie Walton and Mary Beth Geralds are there for you every step of the way. So the band's still on the field. We're just minutes away now. Now I see the scoreboard is on the far end, isn't it, on the right?
Yeah, you'll have trouble with that.
Still about 6. That's all right. You guys help me watch that. And it's on the screen, so people at home will be able to keep track of it. We're still there's the Miners running out onto the field now.
Yeah, and as they run out, I want to point out that I saw Christian Schonk going back towards the actual dressing room with his helmet off and running with a coach, so we're hoping that there's
Let's
nothing.
hope that's an equipment problem.
Yeah, let's hope it's not anything important that can't. I'm going to try to look out there and see if I see him, but he's definitely a key ingredient that you would hate to be without. He's dressed and he's suited up, so that I think he's going to play, but maybe he's got an equipment issue.
We should say there's other things we want to highlight here tonight. The Red Zone sponsor tonight is Team Ortho, Greene County General Hospital, our family caring for yours. Turnovers, Jordan and Vaught Insurance of Bloomfield. And the halftime sponsor, of course, is Crane Credit Union. Heather.
So we want to give some shout-outs to those that are tagging us or that are giving some special shout-outs to others in the community. I want to give a special shout-out to Heidi Woods Puckett, who has said that she's able to cheer on the Miners while working on some resin projects for the Linton Fall Arts Festival. So she's actually getting to kind of do double duty, watch her Miners and actually work on something for a cause there in
We probably can hear Heidi, too,
yes.
all the way from Linton up here. So
we have a number of restaurants in the Linton community that are actually broadcasting this game, and they're encouraging everyone to come and watch the game on the big screen. Due to the requirements of the IHSAA, I'm not able to mention specific establishments due to what they serve.
I wondered about that.
So keep that in mind, because we want to follow all of those rules as well.
You got to wonder about some of these rules.
Well, I will say that the IHSAA, my contact has been fabulous. He picks up the phone every time that I call or ask to call, and he actually responded this week while he was attending to a kind of a doctor's appointment.
Family
so we were so pleased to be able to hear that as well, that he's happy with the numbers that we are seeing. We have a number of family members that are reaching out to give their children, their students, their grandchildren special shout outs, and we're just so excited to be able to bring this broadcast, the first one of many, on the road. And I think it should be said, too, Kevin and Dan, that we, at the very beginning of this project, said we were all in and would like to go to any and every football game that we possibly could. And every host school has permitted us.
That's great news there.
The opportunity, and we are very thankful for that.
Yeah, we really are.
Should mention that Schonk is over there with his helmet on running through some stuff. And Ashton White just came out, too. So they must be, who knows, maybe they got some last-minute jitters. Got to go to the bathroom, Heather. Oh, look at that. Yes, indeed. Avery's letting us know. Avery's lived his life having to hear his mom yelling and screaming for him.
I also want to give a shout-out to Bart Wade with Klusner Construction, saying this is his first opportunity to watch the broadcast because the last two games he's been in the stand. So we appreciate your support
Bart,
and your
really
friendship.
Yeah, we really do. Klusner Construction, we said, you want it done right the first time? Bart's the guy to call. And Tony Klusner.
And I'd like to get a special shout-out. My father and stepmother are watching all the way 922 miles away. So Thanks for watching, Dad.
You know, that's the amazing thing is you can keep track of stuff like this,
Yeah.
and it is interesting when you see people all over the. Of course, I remember Big D mentioning some military people a year ago when we were on the radio.
I can remember years ago when we were doing it that there were some overseas folks that were on bases.
The Bulldogs
that
are taking the field. I'm sorry, Big D.
Oh, that's right. They were dressed in all green. It's like Linton. Their uniform never changes.
Well, they kind of look like the Philadelphia Eagles, do they not?
Yeah, the color is definitely Philadelphia Eagles. They've got what I believe is a bulldog.
That insignia is hard to make out, but yeah, I think it is a bulldog.
They get used to these field
Get
glasses.
the glasses on it.
It is kind of a outline of the bulldog logo that you see when you walk in.
Can I say it's a good crowd tonight?
It's a very good crowd.
It's a very good crowd for the
You know,
home
we've
crowd.
played Monrovia for several years, and they are almost we're almost mirror images of each other. The way the program has history, the physical nature of the kids, the hardcore. They won the 2A class football championship in 2015. They're in 3A now. They play in a very, very tough conference that features the likes of Indy Lutheran, Indy Cecina, Triton Central, the number 1 ranked team. Should mention the Miners jumped up to number 2 in the AP poll and number 5 or 7, I believe, on the Coaches Association. And Monrovia, you know, they're looking if they can get the victory tonight over the Miners, that'll certainly get some attention for them as well. I think both teams have female kickers, by the way.
That is cool.
I think so. I'm pretty sure.
Captains are walking out the center of the football field now at the 50-yard line, almost like straight out in front of us. We have a great view of this field tonight. It's almost all glass in this booth we're in.
And
I
the
love
window's open, and of course, you just informed me that we may be getting a new window at the Roy,
Yep,
so that's going to be a
exactly
great
right.
thing. We'll be able to get some crowd action. Their quarter captains are going to be Dominic Kendall, 53 Brendan Frank, number 60's Lane Whitney, and 42 is going to be Brayton. We're going to call his name all night. I better get it right. Brayton Belcher. For the Miners, you got Hank Jennings, Christian Schunk, Jesse Voigtchild, and I believe that's Ty Boyd, number 54.
Here's some more shout-outs we'd like to give. Brandon Mahan, watching the game tonight.
Big Miner fan.
Big Miner fan, as well as Mike Morin, who's on the mower, and he said his new slogan is mowing with the Miners.
That's
All
great.
right.
And
I like that.
we also have Brian Slay, who's watching from Northwest Illinois.
Brian Slay,
one
of the greatest Miner receivers of all time.
He actually sent a message to us earlier this week and said that he was so thankful to be able to watch the live stream because he lives up near the Chicago suburbs. And so he's pretty excited about that.
We're glad to have you along.
We are excited for that. And then Chris Corbin, who says he'll catch it later, and that's just a good reminder that it'll be able to be watched on the live stream until 9:30 Saturday evening.
Chris Corbin, another longtime huge Miner supporter, and I should say Brian Slay was in the record books in the state for receiving yards. So one of the legends in Miner football.
I believe the Miners won the toss. And
But you know they're going to take it.
Yeah, they're going to take it. So, again, a beautiful night. Temperatures probably hovering in the upper 70s right now with literally no breeze. I mean, it is just a perfect night for football.
Not even a summer breeze.
We also want to mention that RaiderMediaSports.com is your one-stop place to be able to see all things Miners. You can go each Sunday night and see where we're going to be on the live stream next. You can purchase tickets for in-person viewing at the school or away tickets as well as some of the exciting things that we have coming up over the course of the next essentially 8 months.
Joshua Maurer streaming
Joshua
from
Murrow.
Cancun.
Oh,
Joshua
my goodness.
Murrow. Yep.
Wow.
Well, he's another famous Miner from the grand old days as well.
Jesse French, Stanton now. Now they're all pouring in here. I'll let you do those, Heather.
Austin Fry watching from home. We'll do our best to be able to give everyone shout-outs as we have some breaks.
The kicker's number, Big D, is
Connor
21?
Ellis. Connor Ellis, 22.
Okay, Connor's got the ball teed up, and let's look and see who's back for the Miners.
Looks like Scott
21.
and Voigtchild.
Yep, Eli Scott.
Here we go, folks.
And Voigtchild. So we're waiting from the kick. It's moving from right to left. For those of you listening tonight, if you're viewing, you can already see that. There's the boot. And it's going to go between the legs of Eli Scott. It's going to chase him back to the end zone. And
got a good one there.
And it will start at the 20.
Took a funky bounce, went through his legs, and in high school, if it goes to that end zone, that's it.
Now, that it appeared like it didn't touch him. Had it touched him and went back, does that make a difference?
I think as it goes to that end zone, it's automatically brought out.
Okay. I'm
not 100% sure on that, though.
So let's get her going here, folks. Eli Scott is in at one wide receiver. Hayden Feltner will be in at another. The running backs tonight for you will be Russell Goodman and Christian Shong. Cooper Smith will also be in a wide receiver tonight.
I should say that's probably going to be Goodman, and not Goodman, Eli Scott instead of Russell.
Okay, Feltner is wide to the right. We got a receiver wide to the left and one running back, and that is number 4, Christian Shonk, behind the quarterback, Paul Oliver. But right now the referee has come up and talking. Is there an equipment problem here?
Probably asking those guys what they eat. They're at the 290 pound. That's a wall of poundage right there.
Yeah, they've got some big boys up front. Now number 2, Cooper Smith, is wide to the left. Number 15, Feltner, wide to the right. This time has given me a little better opportunity to set the lineup. Christian Shonk is the running back, and he's standing back at the 15. Oliver working from the gun. Call the signals, now checks on the sideline, getting the signal. Checks the wristband, and now makes his call. Waiting for the snap. There it is. He gives it to Shonk. He's out to across the 20 to about the 23-yard line. Pick up about 3.
Hand and Followill are going to make that stop. Definitely going to be tough to move those guys on the inside, but you just have to keep pounding it in there.
I'm not going to try to pronounce this name, but we had someone say, "Hola, I'm watching live from Costa Rica, and this is my second game I saw last week and tonight. The transmission even here is totally clear. The picture's gorgeous. And
Love
Kevin
it.
and Big D are the best."
That is
thank you so much.
Jet sweep cutting up inside. They only got a yard on the first one. It looks like they only got another yard here. So let's say 3rd down and 8, Big D.
That was Eli Scott, and that's my friend Stosh, who got to know through doing my live streaming. Now the Miners, a big 3rd down. You don't really want to come out and turn the ball over.
And I'm assuming we're going to have to put it in the air here.
They're going to have to.
Maybe not, but we'll see. Again, the running back is Shonk. This time he's standing off the right side of the quarterback, Oliver. Oliver takes the snap. He's going to roll to his right, and then he's going to cut back to the left. There's room there, and he gets across the 25, out to about the 26, and no more. A couple of people stayed home. It looked like number 8, Ethan Followell, who's their leading tackler, a sophomore, stayed home, and it was fortunate for him that he did.
Yeah, and Whitney also, the big guy. And I thought that Paul might have the legs to get out there, but 3 and out, and that's exactly what Monrovia wants to do.
He cut it up instead of going around the end, which he normally has the power to break those tackles.
We've only punted
not tonight.
We've only punted one time all year. It was a 45-yard boot.
Paul Oliver will be handling those chores, and let's see who's deep here for Monrovia. There's the boot. Oliver gets hit and tumbles down, but I don't think they're going to flag that. The ball is rolling dead at about the 46-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Great field position.
We get our first look at the quarterback, Eli Welch, 6'2", 170-pounder that Big D remembered from last year as a wide receiver. So there's a penalty or flag?
Yeah, they're coming back.
I missed the laundry. Did they call that when Oliver got hit?
They could call it just a 5-yarder. That might be enough for the 1st down. Illegal substitution. Oh, my goodness, on Monrovia.
What would that pertain to?
Usually that's if you've got 12 men on the field.
So is that enough for a 1st down?
Boy,
they're re-kicking.
Yeah, but it's 5 yards.
Let's see. They're marking it off right now. Let's look at the 1st down
this
marker.
Makes you think about it.
Oh, my gosh.
It's
He's
a
standing.
1st
It's
down.
a 1st down for the Miners. Huge first penalty of the game, and it's a big one.
Well, yeah, you got to, if the Miners are able to march down the field and put points on, it's points that they shouldn't have gotten. 12 men on the field. That's what either that or the guy left the huddle, but they usually call that before the play.
Well,
Miners
there was a case a couple times
Yes.
last week where that did not get called. Oliver takes the snap, hands off straight ahead.
Oh, boy.
And I think that's Shonk.
I think
it's a sea of bodies in there, and I didn't quite see who got the...
I think it is Shonk. You're correct.
Okay. So they've got the ball. I don't know if they made anything on that. Did they get a yard on it?
He bounced.
Yeah, they got 3.
He bounced around and made a good second effort, but
I'm telling you, Big D calls it right. That defensive line for the Bulldogs is huge.
You just have to hope to try to wear them out is what you got to try to do. Get some lateral movement.
Feltner to the right, Eli Scott to the left. They're going to pitch on the wide
there
side.
You go.
It's is that It's
a hold.
Voigtchild is across the 45, out of bounds, but there's a flag. There's Laundry at the 40-yard line.
And the thing is that the Monrovia defender sold that one. He sold that one, and that came right in front of the Monrovia bench, and so everybody was yelling at him. I don't know that it was a hold necessarily. Of course, I'm a Miner fan, so he got all the way out to the 40, which would have been close to a first down. Instead, that's going to be 10 yards.
Well, he was past the 40, about the 44.
He was,
but the flag was
flag
at
is
the 40.
at the 40. So that's going to put the ball.
Would have been a first down.
Yeah.
Big D's right.
Going to put that ball back at the 30, so it's right where the series started, and should be second down again.
Put it down at the 30, as Big D says. So it's going to be second down and 10.
Just got a comment from our student assistant, Braden Crines, who said he's watching at work, and good luck to us because he wished he could be here.
We miss him. We
Yes,
do
we
miss
do.
him. Feltner wide to the right. Number 2, Cooper Smith is wide to the left. They're going to pitch to number 21, Eli Scott,
Nothing
going
there.
around the left end. And we got to do another flag down
think
or
so.
down about the 33-yard line.
Boy,
but
big
let's
hit.
see what the call is here.
Hank Jennings getting up slow on the outside, but I believe we got another flag.
Hank is limping just a little bit. He's okay. He's going back to the huddle.
We had
That's a good
9
thing.
penalties last week, and we had a lot of penalties against Park Heritage as well. It's been one of the things to watch. Don't know for sure where this was at. Scott was turning upfield.
The flag is at about the 31.
I don't know what that is. I believe that's a penalty where if one guy is engaged with another guy blocking, another guy can't come in and hit him low.
Can't come low, yeah.
But that's
a
two
big penalty.
penalties. Yeah, I mean, that's.
They're still walking back inside the 20. They put the ball down at the 15, and the Miners have to go all the way to the 40. So they almost have to go home to get a first down.
Yeah,
here.
you're right. 25 yards to go.
Feltner to the right. Number 2, Cooper Smith, is wide to the left. 21, the wingback, Eli Scott, will be on the right side. The Miners a little slow coming out of the huddle here. Now they do, but coming here to the near side is also Jesse Voigtchild. So he's swinging out for 2 wide receivers on the right. Now Oliver kind of slams into his blocking back, and then that play just never got going. He ran into his running back, and he wasn't happy about that. And then he tried to get the ball out to Voigtchild, and he missed him.
Anytime you're running kind of against the grain, he was trying to throw on the run, and he's not done a lot of that this year. Eli Scott was open at about the 20.
He was.
And it just went over his head.
He had a little bit of room. He had about 10 yards, I think he could have gotten once he caught the ball. But no go.
And we've not seen really all year the Miner offense not able to move the ball. They've moved the ball, scored in the first possession.
Still third down and 15. The ball resting at the 15-yard line of the Miners. They want to get it. There he's running straight ahead. Oliver gets across the 20 out to about the 21-yard line. So that's a good pickup. Boy, that reminds. I said this last week, and every time it reminds you of a year ago, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With Jennings running that play right up the middle.
I believe.
Taking the snap and the gun. Where the punting team is coming on.
Well, we had one punt already. Got out to the 22, but 2 offensive penalties kind of ruined us.
Cowan Stinson, a freshman, 5'9", 140, is going back to take this kick. It bounds at the 50,
nice.
Rolls to the 40. He picks it up at the 32. He makes one man miss and will not make the second man miss. He's down at the 42-yard line.
Nice play.
Tackle on the play by Connor Ellis.
Tackle, you mean Michael Alberry.
Oh, 22?
You're looking at the Monrovia.
It's on the left. Thank you, Michael Alberry. He's a sophomore, 5'11", 165-pounder. We've seen him play at quarterback. We've seen him play wingback. He's a talented young man.
He's going to be a kid that they have to find a place for. And now, for the first time, we're going to see the Monrovia offense.
And there's 2 setbacks here. Kind of the old winged.
Yeah, power running.
The quarterback is going to hand it off straight up the middle, and not a lot of room there, but they power their way out to near the 45. I'll put it down at about the 44. I'm assuming that's their big fullback.
Yeah, Belcher.
Brayton Belcher, 6'3", 205, and he's a pounder.
Yeah,
he's a grinder.
He definitely had 148 yards last year against us, but we were able to, you get on top real quick, you can handle giving up a long drive like that.
There, the quarterback now working under center, Eli Welch. He's going to give straight ahead to the halfback. Just a dive play, and it's out to about the 46-yard line. Host of Miners there. I see number 6, Russell Goodman getting up, and Voigtchild getting up on that stop.
He was the first one there. That was Dominic Kendall. Now we got a 3rd and 5 near midfield. And I got to say, Russell had his first game back last week and was wearing a shoulder harness. And looking back at the footage, I think he was a little hesitant to go full out. That play right there was the old Russell Goodman.
Dominic Kendall and Belcher are the running backs. He's going to give to Kendall. He's got some speed. He's able to get very near the first down. Let's see where they put it. They're standing right at the marker at about the 48. It looks like a first down.
Right on it. They're going to say 4th down.
You see a lot, I can tell already in this offense, where the lead blocker, the fullback, the running back with the ball will follow right behind that fullback.
Yeah, and he takes that the linebacker and that up man. They collide, and they try to make some space, and Kendall can make a cut off of that. They did say first down, Kevin.
Yeah. Number 15, Malachi Vare is wide to the left. He's the lone wide receiver. They're going to give straight ahead. No. They keep it coming around the left end. I missed the fake, and he kept it. And then handed off to number 9, Rader Poole, junior, 5'9", 165-pounder.
Corey Andrews got out there along with Voigtchild from the safety position. I think I've been calling Corey Chancellor up to this point, but I think I got it down now.
It's at the 46-yard line, so they're in Miner territory here. It's the first time any team has crossed midfield so far tonight. Number 9, the wingback on the right is Rader Poole. The 2 setbacks are what we've expected to see. Going around the right-hand side. Number 24 is dragged down. Oh, my. I will say that Dominic Kendall tried to use his speed to get to the outside. I didn't see who pulled him down.
Yeah, Paul Oliver got him by the jersey. Careful not to get him by the horse collar. Going to send him for a 4-yard loss to midfield.
Oh, that's a big play.
He was pushed outside initially by one of the down linemen, got in the backfield and pushed him around. And now 3rd and 12, normally a passing down.
Now what is this signal with the elbow?
I'm not 100% sure.
Are they short a player? What? Anyway, number 32 is running out there now.
24 had to come off the field for equipment.
Josie Hand is
down here
into the ball game. Number 15 is wide to the right. That is Malachi Vare. Again, the split backs. They hand off, and it looked like a loose ball. There's a scrum at midfield. Let's see who has it.
Ty Boyd and Ashton White are right there. The ball recovered by number 20, the quarterback. I don't know how he got back on that.
He's at the 49. He's just shy of midfield now. So it'll be 4th and 13. Great defensive stand by the Miners.
Boy, the way their defense did, they ought to punt the ball and put us back.
If the two teams are equally matched, the field position football can be very effective.
That's what you got to do right now. The clock at 4:20 and counting. The punter is going to be
Aiden Parker. Sophomore, 6'1", 180-pounders checked in. He's standing just across about the 36-yard, his own 36-yard line. And again, deep for us, for the Miners.
They're going to have to call a timeout.
Is Russell Goodman.
I don't know.
I assume Jesse Voigtchild.
Yeah, I don't think they've punted all year either.
So let's wait and see here. Again, 81, Parker Aiden, waiting for the Aiden Parker, I apologize, waiting here for the snap. There it is, and he gets it off, and it's a good boot. Voigtchild's looking at it at the 25, and boy, he's down at the 25. Great stop there by number 23, Jay Neal, Jr., 6 foot, 170-pounder.
Nice high kick, puts the Miners at the 25-yard line. Miners got to find
some rhythm here.
What's happening.
They have no rhythm in this offense.
You'd like to get a first down and move the chains on your own. 3:54 on the clock, no score.
If you're watching from Cancun, I'm glad you are, but I have to question your senses. There's a lot of good things to do in Cancun. I can tell you
don't know Josh. You don't know Josh Muir. That's the problem right there.
Okay, wide receivers left and right. Feltner's to the right. No, that's not Eli Scott to the left.
Oh, there you go.
He handed off.
Nice play, though.
Going on the left side, and that's Oliver.
Joseph Smith.
He didn't hand it off. He just cut up on the left side, and he crossed the 25. He's out now at about the 28-yard line.
9 times out of 10, Kevin, he dodges that first tackle and runs down the field. But Joseph Smith, a sophomore, made a nice open field tackle.
I'll tell you, this team is a good tackling team.
Yeah.
You're noticing that right away tonight.
We got a late guy coming in. That's Asher Clements.
There's a man in motion, and the pitch is to the
There
man in
you
motion,
go.
Eli Scott. He goes around the left side. He's flipped her over, and he may have picked up a yard in the flip. He's out to about the 33-yard line, I think. We'll see where they finally put the ball down. So
Yeah.
it'll make a third down, but it'll be third down at about, a
Doable.
long 3 or short 4?
Definitely looks like 3, a little 3.5, and Clements made that tackle coming in at the linebacker. Big play for Minor offense. You'd like to move the chains.
Only one wide receiver off to the left. They're going to
There you
give
go.
it. Coming around on the
Ashton
right-hand
White.
sweep. Ashton White is across the 45, out to near midfield. He's down at the 49. Great run. You could see the blocking work for the Miners on that play.
Yeah, instead of he bounced it outside, which is probably what they're telling those running backs. If there's nothing there, bounce outside. We're not used to seeing Ashton White kind of in the open field like that, but moves the chains out to the 48-yard line. That's probably been his biggest run of the year, 16 yards.
And he cleared that corner, folks. He showed some speed.
He did.
On that
He
one
did.
to get out there.
He's over at wingback now.
There's Paul Oliver. He hands off to number 6, Russell Goodman, trying to hunt and peck his way
Yeah.
there. Not a lot of room in that one. Probably no gain.
You're right. Joseph Smith again and Lane Whitney were right there crowding up the inside. That's Russell Goodman out there, and he's kind of in that running back position. Inside running is going to be tough tonight, Kevin.
The ball is at about the 40. I'm sorry, Heather. Go ahead.
I'm going to give a special shout out to my cousin Stanley Graves, who is actually here watching this ball game. He actually lives a mile down the road.
Russell Goodman taking out of the left-hand side, and man, he is stood up and pushed out of bounds by a nice play by Joseph Smith, but also number 8, Ethan Followell.
Yeah, Ethan.
Again, you're going to hear that Followell name a lot tonight.
And those two guys you just mentioned are both sophomores. So Monrovia has always had good middle linebackers, and he actually lost a yard that time. That was two tough kids running into each other. Monrovia won that battle.
Should have Stan come up, Heather. Hayden Feltner
That'll
is wide
work.
to the right. They hand off to Goodman, and boy, that play was dead in its tracks.
Busted up by
Fourth down
Dominic
and
Kendall.
10. They didn't gain a yard.
No.
After the first down.
He actually lives here in Monrovia and he's from Greene County and actually raised 4 kids in the Monroe school system. So they're all grown adults, and he still follows Monrovia, and he's here tonight supporting both teams.
Paul Oliver standing at the 35 for the boot. We have one man, let's see, back. It looks like number 20.
Nice
I
and
think
high.
it's Colin Webster. He's going to watch it. It hits at the 30. Karam's down to the 25. Still rolling. Going to be down just inside the 25. We'll call it the 24. First and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And that was number 20 for Monrovia. That's the quarterback, Eli Welch. That was back there. Nice high kick by Ollie. Miners play some field position
Is
here.
there anything Paul Oliver can't do?
He's one of those kids that we seem to get him every couple of years that he probably could
We
place
do.
kick. He did kick off a little bit last year, too.
Okay, they're going to break the huddle.
40 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Kendall and Belcher are the setbacks. The quarterback under center hands it off to the first man through. I'm going to believe that is the big fullback, Brayton Belcher. Belcher is out. He didn't get much. He's about at the 25.
We're just kind of slamming it at each other in there. I believe White and looks like in at linebacker now is Colton McKinnon.
And I apologize. That looks like he picked up about 7 yards, 6
He
yards.
got out to the 25.
So that is a good run.
And that's what they'll do. It's just like us. They're going to run that play, and I think they're going to run out the first quarter.
Well, until you can stop it, you
Yeah.
really can't blame them. But so far, just field position football in quarter number 1. I think what we have here tonight, folks, is an excellent football game. It's 0-0 at the end of one quarter. You are listening to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. Proudly based in Linton since 2007, Voldico Insurance French Financial Agency offers auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance across many states and represents over 50 of the state's and nation's top companies. If there is a better option for your insurance, we'll find it. Give us a call for your insurance needs at 812-847-4747.
I'm Audrey Sparks with Richard Brown Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Give me a call for all your home, auto, life, or business insurance needs at 812-847-4798.
Now at Casey's, try our new thin crust pizza with your favorite toppings. We also now have all-day delivery. You can order by phone at 812-847-3250 or try us in the app. Casey's, here for good. Welcome back. This second quarter is brought to you by Key Associates, your key to the best. So, Kevin Rader, Big D Dan Phillips, Heather Rader, all broadcasting from the Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Service press box tonight in Monrovia, Indiana, where we've got a 0-0 game between the Bulldogs and the Miners. We got a good one.
Miners with 45 total yards in that first quarter, but 16 of it came on one play. Monrovia just with 12. Not a lot of offense in this first quarter.
Caleb Stoopy, Hopwood, says he loves the coverage. What a Miner football game would be without hearing Big D on the radio.
Ah, that's a nice thing to say.
That's why he's the first guy we went after, folks.
Caleb, of course, a Miner receiver and defensive back. Called his name plenty of times.
Malachi Veer is wide to the right, and the two running backs, Kendall and Belcher, are behind the quarterback. We're still waiting here. I think the referee's talking to the sideline with the Bulldogs. I'm not quite sure what they're talking about. Two teams are aligned and waiting to, well, now they have permission. to run the play, I guess. So the ball's at the 20, rests at the 25. The quarterback is Connor Ellis. Hands off, straight ahead, and there's some real physical football going on here, folks. He got a gain of about, what? A gain of a couple there.
Yeah, that was Christian Schunk and Brayton Belcher.
Third down and short. We're talking about maybe a yard. Again, wide to the right is Veer. Everybody else is in tight. The quarterback's going to hand off to the big fullback, and of course he's going to pick up a yard. He's out to about the 34. And I say these kind of comparisons not because I think these backs are this kind of quality, although he's very good.
Right.
But he reminds you of like a James Wilder.
Yeah.
You give this guy the ball, and he's going to get you 4 yards.
And
probably.
He may carry 25 times. I mean, I think he may be more durable than Jacarian Jones was, but I don't think he
Well,
has.
we'll see when we get to the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That takes a toll when you run the ball about 30 times. Quarterback, Scott, going to hand off to the second man through the hole.
Oh, my goodness.
And that is Dominique Kendall. And you can see how explosive he can be. He was like a gnat scooting through that hole.
Braylon McBride able to get him by the ankles, or he was going to be down the sideline. But again, they get a nice 5 yards out to the 38. And they're moving the football where the Miners have had trouble with that.
They have yet to pass the ball tonight.
Yeah.
And, folks, if you're tuning in for the first time, they haven't passed the ball all year. So, split backs behind him. Kendall and Belcher. They're going to give to the first guy through. It's Belcher coming to the 45, the 40, and down at about the 35 of Linton. A breakaway run by number 42, Brayton Belcher. 6'3", 205-pounder.
The first big play of the ball game goes the way of Monrovia, and they had him at the line, hit him square up, and he popped outside. Braylon McBride's going to make a touchdown-saving tackle. That's a 27-yard gain.
Huge pickup, and so far tonight, the play of the game. There we go. The ball now resting at the 34. They're going to hand off straight ahead, and again, not a lot going that time for the ball carrier.
That time Ashton White won the battle in the trenches, and they dropped him really at maybe a yard gain. This is the kind of game you don't want to get down to a team that is a ball control team, because they'll be content to just eat 9 minutes off the clock right at the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Oh, here we go. Second down and a long 9. Belcher again on the right side. That's the same play he broke earlier, but he only gets out or down to about the 28. They're getting close to the Team Ortho red zone.
That was Dominic Kendall, and he broke right through a nice big hole. Again, Braylon McBride, who really hadn't had much in the way of tackles coming into the week 3. He's got 3 of them now.
You know, it's interesting. The two backs, Kendall's 24 and Belcher is 42.
Yeah.
So you just flip the two numerals, and you've got the two running backs.
And they couldn't be more different. One's kind of small and speedy, and the other one's just a bruiser.
Two running backs behind the quarterback. He gives to the first man through.
Kendall.
Oh, did he give it to Kendall?
He took it out of the belly of Belcher and handed it to Kendall off the right-hand side, and he's down to about the 24. You're beginning to see why they've never passed.
Yeah, there's no reason to. Again, McBride with his 4th tackle in this first half. We have a flag, though, and a big flag going to be.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Laundry at the 30. But they're talking to.
No, but
they're talking to the green.
Yeah, Monrovia's going back.
Maybe they were just informing the Bulldogs about the penalty. They're marking it off right now. Let's see how big this is. Looks like a 10-yarder.
Yep, out to the 39, probably a push in the back. So now the Miners are set up at a 3rd and 14. No doubt 4-down territory for the Bulldogs. Depending on how much they get here. I mean, you could really pin the Miners deep in their own territory if they so choose to do so.
So the quarterback, Eli Welch, brings them out. Wing back on the right-hand side, split backs behind him. One wide receiver to the right.
Air. There
He's going to the air for the first time this year. He puts it up. He's got a man out there. He pulls the ball down, and they call it a catch. It's 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line for the first pass of the year for the Bulldogs.
That was actually well played by Eli Scott. He was right there. I think we got an earthquake happening up here. Great catch by Poole. I mean, a great catch. He had to reach back over Eli Scott, who was right there. I mean, it's just.
Now, Scott is shaken up. I mean, not Scott, number 20, their quarterback. I apologize. Eli Welch is coming off. He is shaken up, and he's coming off the field. Now, let's see what that means as far as the quarterback position for this snap.
Yeah,
number 5 is checking in. That's Parker Hale, a 6'1", 150-pound junior. But again, if your offense is just handing it off.
Yeah.
Now here's number 10, Truman Todd, also coming out. So maybe he will be the quarterback.
Welch comes
we'll
down.
Wait and see.
Doesn't appear to be injured in any way, but
Welch
he's holding his head like he.
Wide to the right. He may have got his bell rung. Parker Hale is the quarterback, number 5, 6'1", 150. So, 1st down and 10 in the Team Ortho red zone.
There's the ball on the
Off
ground.
to Belcher. The ball's on the ground. Who's got it? Oh, my. The Miners say they have it, but I haven't seen an official. There it is. The Miners have the ball.
It's Corey Andrews.
What a huge break. The first Jordan and Vaught Insurance turnover of the night.
But Christian Schonk popped his helmet on and is holding his head.
Oh, somebody's down.
That's Schonk. I think he took a big pop, and you got to worry about concussion protocol. Hopefully he's okay.
He has, for the record, I've already checked, he has 3 caused fumbles this year. This would be number 4. He is a demon in there.
Well, he's our leading tackler, and, the way
you don't want to lose him.
He immediately took his helmet off, and went down to a knee. The ball down at the 12, the Miners
now
dodged.
He's moving, and he's getting up under his own power, it looks like. He's just taking his time, and that's okay.
They will undoubtedly have to put him through unless there's something else wrong.
Now Coach Oliver coming out to look in on his star player. I would say Christian Schonk has been a superstar for the Miners this year.
And we should mention that we are not going to be showing this on the field, so that's why you're noticing the coverage of the Linton Miner stands due to IHSAA protocol.
That's exactly right. We should say Autumn Trace of Greene County is the perfect setting for seniors to call home. Seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying as much supportive care as they may request in their daily lives from their 24-hour care staff. Call Jathan and his friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many of your friends and neighbors have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place. Heather?
We're going to take a brief timeout here. You're listening to Rader Media Sports.
We're very patient-focused. We care about you as a person. You're not just a number in an insurance card. We really do care about getting you better.
We do provide
protocol.
Back once again, Christian Schonk now walking off the field under his own power, and we're glad to see that. And Big D, we noticed that the Bulldogs all went down onto one knee for him, waiting to see what had happened.
That's the typical procedure that both teams will do for no matter what. Just
it's classy.
Let's show for respect and silent prayer and those kind of things. And
okay, that's not a flag. That's the football down there, Kevin. So the ball is at the, 12-yard line?
Yeah, he got a yard out of it.
First and 10 Miners.
Well, we dodged a big one there. We might have lost our running back.
They may have lost their quarterback, and we may have lost our.
I don't see him down there. He plays cornerback, so we'll look and see if he's out there. He is out there.
So number 33, Ashton White, is the lone setback. But Oliver is rolling to his right, cuts up the middle. Now he draws a crowd and pulls them with him. He's out to across the 15 to about the 17-yard line.
He didn't go down easy.
Well, pickup of a good 5 or 6 yards.
Gosh, we got another flag.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, about the 32-yard line. And it's going to be another hold on the Miners. They're killing themselves with these penalties, putting themselves in a deep hole. Flag was out.
We're
waiting
waiting
at
here.
The 22.
It's way away from the play.
Yeah, it's where he turned back.
The ball is right in the middle of the field. The flag is over by the numbers on the far side, the hash mark on the far side. They picked it up, and now here's the call. Holding.
It's on them.
It's on the green. It's on the Bulldogs.
That's
a huge play.
You rarely see anything like that.
So were they holding the wide receiver out?
I don't. Yeah.
That's the only person that would have been out there.
Yeah, when he went out to go for his route, he probably was grabbed. That's probably right.
So here we go. Paul Oliver brings them out. He's got Feltner wide to the right, and number 2, Cooper Smith, wide to the left. Voigtchild is the wingback on the left-hand side. Ashton White, the running back. Paul Oliver sets them up. There's the snap. He gives to Voigtchild. Jesse running around the right side. He makes contact, and that's it.
Yeah.
And, you got to admire these guys because once they get you and make contact.
We're not bouncing off of these guys at all.
You're not. So where's that ball, Big D?
It looks like it's about the 28-yard line. Maybe he got a yard or two out of that.
It looked like he was going to have some room, but it closed quickly.
I think we're so used to seeing these guys squeak through those holes and just head upfield that we're not used to seeing them go down.
Cooper Smith wide to the left, Feltner wide to the right, man in motion. They're going to pitch to him. Coming across here, Eli Scott is across the 30 and out to about the 33. He's got to be short of the first down. So it will be third down. And let's see, 1, 2, about 3, a little over 3 yards.
Trying to head outside, trying to make those big boys run and wear them down. Number 12, Noah Breeden got over there to make the stick. Following Jimmy K. Wright down the field. Miners up to the 33-yard line, a 3rd and 4. We dearly need to get a first down on our own. We've gotten first downs, but been on penalties and one run by Ashton White.
Man in motion, Voigtchild going wide to the right. That puts Voigtchild and Feltner wide to the right. They're working on the near hash mark. One wide receiver off to the left, the short side. There's a snap of the ball, but there's a flag. I think we have a timeout on the field. It's 0-0 with 7 minutes and 8 seconds remaining on the
Meek Financial
Scoreboard. It's the first time I've had to say that
your
tonight.
voice changed there real quick.
So we'll be right back. This is Rader Media Sports.
Are you looking to save on your TV bill? Mike Moran has Dish TV plans starting at $79.99 a month, including free installation, 3-year price lock, and 3 months free Showtime and Stars. And what about your internet? Is it too slow? Mike has T-Mobile 5G with no contracts, no data caps, $50 a month with debit card auto pay. So why aren't you calling the local guy? Mike Moran with Midwest Satellite, 812-847-8848. Call Mike. He'll treat you right.
Back once again, the Miners are just coming back out onto the football field here. Efficient spray foam. If you ever heard the expression, if these walls could talk, well, if you have efficient spray foam, you wouldn't hear it anyway. Owner-operator Kent Medlock can blow in fiberglass or cellulose insulation to ensure the comfort that you desire. Call Efficient Spray Foam at 812-887-7172. The Miners come out. Paul Oliver gets a high snap, reverse pivot, goes around the right-hand side. He's got some room. The 40, the 45, the 50. They drag him down at about the 43. And, oh, my, he was that close, folks, to breaking.
Very close. The quarterback on quarterback out there. Welch going to drag him down along with Followell. They saved the touchdown. He found a hole, gets the Miners on the Monrovia side of the ball at the 44-yard line.
You know, your observation is very astute. That means the quarterback, number 20, Welch, is back in the game.
Yeah.
And he made that tackle, so we're glad Eli Welch is back in the game. So, here's the snap. Oliver in trouble. There's a rush. He moves to his right now. Airs it out.
He's going to get picked.
He's got a man out there. Oh, right through his arms at about the 20. And Eli Scott had it, and it just went right through the breadbasket.
Absolutely. A beautiful pass on the run, and that ball hits Eli right in the numbers at about the 15-yard line.
In fairness, he turned his body around.
Yeah, we talk about that being an easy.
It's not.
That wasn't. He's running full steam, and he feels bad about looking at everybody's head down.
I mean, that ball was 40 yards in the air.
Yeah, and I thought he just threw it up. I just thought it was going to get picked. I thought number 5 for them, that is Parker Hale, had a beat on it, and it went over his hands. And
second down 10, 6:35 remaining here in quarter number 2. Oliver spins a reverse pivot, and he muscles his way down to about the 42.
Whitney, number 60. If I'm not mistaken, there was a Whitney. That might have been the number 8 I was talking about as a running back. Almost sure that's what he was.
Well, the Miners are finally moving the ball here a little bit in quarter number 2.
3rd and 8, though. We got to get a little bit closer to the sticks if we're going to think about running a 4th down play. I think I'd play ball control and kick it down and make them go the length of the field.
Oliver with Ashton White, the lone setback.
He's got him.
Throws it off on the slant. He's got his man down to the 30-yard line, and I believe, let's see, that's 15. Feltner is down at the 30-yard line. He hung on to that. It's just a quick slant.
Yeah, he took a big hit immediately from Welch out there, so it shows he can deliver. The passing game is going to be key tonight. You got to do something like that to keep them honest. That's 11 yards. Miners with their 3rd first down of this drive, which started at their own 12-yard line.
Cooper Smith to the left. Eli Scott in the slot to the left. They're going to fake, give to Voigtchild on the jet sweep, and not a lot of room to run, and the ball is loose. And we have our second Jordan and Vaught Insurance turnover of the ball game. The Bulldogs hop on that loose ball. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Bulldogs at about the 28.
We had 3 fumbles last week. Now, a flag flew down right about where the tackle was.
Before the play
during the play.
During the play.
I didn't see who jumped on that.
Well, this penalty could be a big one. We had one big penalty earlier.
Yeah, if it comes down on the a face mask or something like that.
The refs are talking about it at the 30, and they're on the far hash mark. We're waiting for the conference to announce it to the rest of us.
Yeah, the ball got down to the 26. It would have been a 5-yard gain on 1st down, which is we haven't had a lot of gains on the 1st down. And
the lights beginning to take effect.
That's a good sign right there that they're moving the ball back to the line of scrimmage.
Now the Miners are backing up, but they are putting the ball down to the 31.
Blow to the head against Monrovia.
Blow to the head.
Gosh.
Well, then they're going to mark that off, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
And a legal procedure against the Miners.
Well, that's good for us.
So they'll replay. That's why they're replaying the down.
Yeah, that's a good play for us. I mean, I'm one of those guys that blow to the head thing is a tough one. Kids coming in to make a play, you lower down to make the hit.
Well, in this case, we'll accept it.
Yeah, the running back lowers down to run, and you're going to collide heads. To me, that rule should be when it's a blatant, you come in and hit the guy in the head.
Well, that might be what happened.
It could have been. We weren't down there.
Feltner is wide to the right. Number 2, Cooper Smith is wide to the left. Voigtchild is in the slot on the left-hand side. And number 6, Goodman, is on the slot to the right.
You mentioned Ashton White is
Ashton White's the lone setback. He's in the sidecar for the quarterback. Oliver fakes the hand up. No, he gives it to Voigtchild. And he's around the right-hand side, inside the 25. You see about 2 or 3 linemen bearing in on Oliver like he still had the ball.
Yeah, and he'll sneak that off one of these times. And, folks, you got to realize Voigtchild is 5'7", 150, running amongst those trees down there.
Yeah, and there's some redwoods out there tonight.
There are.
It's 2nd down and about 2.
And now we are in 4-down territory.
Yeah, the ball is resting inside the 25-yard line. As I said, about the 23. We're getting close, 3 yards away from the Team Ortho red zone.
We're trying to scan that sideline for
McBride is wide to the left. They're going to get right up the middle. No, the ball spit out again?
No, but it was scary. No. He was reaching out, trying to get some extra yards, and that ball was out there.
The way they were scrambling, I thought, did something happen? It's a 1st down if they... But Heather says we have 3,258 people watching online right now, and we'd like to welcome all of you to Monrovia, Indiana. The ball now inside the Team Ortho red zone by a whisper.
Yeah, and that, like you say, I thought that was a 1st down. Sure does look like, but they're talking again like there was a penalty.
Yeah, they are. There's another committee meeting here, and nobody likes a committee meeting.
Here we go.
Here's the call. Illegal shift.
Oh, man, that's a big one.
Against the Miners.
I wonder why they didn't stop the play.
So they're going to mark that off here. We'll wait and see where the ball will finally reside.
That doesn't sound like much, fans, but I mean, you had a first down, and now you're looking at second and back at the 28.
Yeah.
So you take a first down off of the bar, and now you're 2nd and 7. So you were going to move the chains. And
Cooper Smith to the left, Feltner wide to the right. Again, Voigtchild and Goodman are the wingbacks. Ashton White, I assume he's standing parallel to me. I can't quite see the number, but I assume that's Ashton White.
Yeah, he's going to be the man because it looks like Schunk is on the bench over there being attended to, so he's probably done for the night. He's okay.
Paul Oliver, 6'3", 205-pound quarterback. He is a beast. And he's shown what he can do running and passing tonight. But so far, if you just tuned in, it's still 0-0 here in the second quarter. We got a good one. Oliver waiting for the snap. Voigtchild in motion. He fakes it. Oliver going right straight up the gut. He's in the open. The 20, the 10, the 5. Carries him into the end zone and struts his way by the goalpost.
He's starting to see something, and he's keeping that ball. And they tried like heck to poke that ball out of him, but he broke a couple of tackles and gets in the end zone from 28 yards out. Miners strike first. This drive started from the 12-yard line.
How many plays, Big D?
That is 8 plays for the Miners.
Okay.
They had a lot of penalties.
Let's see. Why do I not have her name here?
Sydney Gerald.
Sydney Gerald, number 88, is in now to give this ball a boot. There she is. There's the boot, and it is short. It is short and off the mark. The holder in that case was Braylon McBride, but to no avail. But we have our first score of the game, 6-0 Miners over Monrovia. This is Rader Media Sport.
We love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
It's time to go beyond what you thought possible. With an all-new adventure machine, purpose-built to elevate even the most exciting journeys. The Polaris Expedition is not a vehicle that defines you. You define it. Keep chasing the wild.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales.
Back once again at Monrovia at Hadley Field, and Russell Goodman is teeing up the football to kick off at the 40. We have 2 guys back for the Bulldogs. It's Cooper Cheney, senior 6', 160-pounder, and Cowan Stinson, a freshman, 5'9", 140-pounder. And I'll tell you, you don't put a freshman out there handling the ball just at any time of day. That kid must have wheels.
Yeah, and he must be a pretty good player to be there. Trying to find that Sullivan Northview score if anybody gets it.
There's the boot. It's going to bound and bobble, but it's picked up quickly by Cowan Stinson. He's around the 25, jittering his way near the 30, still not going down until he's pummeled. Number 52 for Linton, Corey Andrews, a sophomore, 6'2", 215-pounder, delivered the final blow.
He was down there with McKinnon and Goodman. That 28 showed some...
He's got some jitterbug to him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he didn't... He
was
hard.
doing it in tight confines. I mean, he was moving faster than everybody else. Yeah, he could be like popcorn on a skillet if he gets loose.
It's going to make you feel good if you look out there and
I
realize
know.
you got
Who
this
puts
kid.
popcorn on a skillet?
Oh,
I know. McKinnon is wide to the right. Quarterback, hands off to the second man through. That is Dominic Kendall. He breaks open and he's down finally at midfield. Again, a touchdown-saving tackle by Feltner.
Yeah, he broke some tackles of his own, showed some power running. And you had him down at the 30, and one play 20 yards later, Kendall busts up the middle. And again, if it weren't for Feltner, we would be tied up right now.
Eli Welch brings them out. He's got one wide receiver to the right. That's all they go with. They got a man in the slot. You wonder, will it be Kendall or will it be... It's Kendall coming around the right-hand side. He's across the 45, inside the 45. Looks like down at about the 44-yard line.
Oliver going to make that stop.
Gain of about 6.
Here's the problem that we have is now our leading tackler, Christian Schunk, is out of the game and probably not going to be coming back in the game. So you've got
who comes in?
A senior coming in there is Colton McKinnon. He's a senior, 5'11", but he's not got anywhere near the experience level of Christian Schunk. Schunk, as you mentioned earlier, has caused 4 fumbles and is our leading tackler by far. So that's a big loss for the guy in the middle, especially when they're going to be feeding the ball up the gut, just like that.
The handoff straight ahead, running with power. You hear the hometown crowd loving it as he tunnels his way down just outside the 35-yard line. Let's see where they finally put it down. Oh, it's well outside. It's about the 38.
Andrews and Scott come up to make that tackle, but they're running.
It's a first down.
Yeah, they're running right up the gut, right where you expect Christian Schunk to be.
It's clear that the Bulldogs are more of a ball control football team.
Yeah, if they get ahead, it's
Dominic Kendall. Brayton Belcher, the setbacks. They give to Kendall again. They feel like they found something here. He's down to about the 37-yard line. And who is that, 69?
69, Hank Jennings.
Hank Jennings making the stop.
First time we've called him, and down to the minor 36-yard line.
3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining on the Meek Financial scoreboard. It's 6-0 Miners, but the Bulldogs are driving. They thought they'd pulled somebody off sides, but no call. We're reset. The quarterback, Welch, looking to the sideline, trying to make sure he's got the play. Now looks over the field. Now we'll take the snap from center.
Oh,
he'll fake.
Up.
Oh, he tries to do a bootleg, and they're having nothing to do with it. Number 52, Corey Andrews, said, no way, Jose, you're down.
That looked like a busted play. Belcher kind of stood there. Kendall didn't take it, and Welch tried to turn around and go the opposite way, and when he did, he met Corey Andrews at the 40, so the Miners get a big play.
You know, give Andrews credit because he broke through the line of scrimmage, and he was putting pressure on. He would have put pressure on the quarterback no matter what was going on. But so let's see what happens with Eli Welch. Again, split backs. Now we're 3rd down and 12.
A pass on number 9.
He's rolling to his left. He wants to put it up in the air, and boy, he does, but he is hammered by
Paul
Oliver, and he may not want to roll to that side again. That's incomplete. It's 4th down and long.
Looked like Belcher was coming out of the backfield, but a nice play by Paul Oliver to get over there.
2 minutes and 8 seconds left. Do you play ball control and kick it deep,
I think
or do you just go for it on
2 minutes,
4th down?
I think they're going for it, but they better look to the air again.
The ball rests at the 40-yard line. They have to go to the 29 for a first down, so it's 4th down and 12 at the 40. 2 minutes and 8 seconds left on the Meek Financial scoreboard.
Here's where you got to watch for the different kind of play.
Long count. Now stands up. He might have been trying to draw them off, but that wouldn't have even helped them.
No.
So maybe they called a timeout on the field. So with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left in this quarter, you are listening to Rader Media Sports. Home. Rick Crine's Auto Detailing is the place to take your car, truck, or off-road vehicle for complete auto detailing and cleaning, and a ceramic coat that'll make it shine. Call Rick at 812-201-9551.
I'll make it shine like it's mine.
Lannon Auto and Tire is locally owned and operated on Highway 54 in Linton. They are a full-service garage specializing in oil services, tires, brakes, alignments, steering, and suspensions. Call 812-847-0222 to set up your appointment today.
Back once again at Gordon Hadley Field here in Monrovia, Indiana, Monrovia High School. So what do you pull out of your?
Well,
I'm sorry. What do you pull out of your rabbit out of the hat here?
This is where you kind of wonder.
They're punting. They're lined up to punt.
That surprised me. Watch the fake. By the way, Northview Knights 25, Sullivan Arrows 6 in the second quarter.
Oh, wow.
Northview is the cream of the WIC.
Oh, let's see who goes back here. Russell Goodman is back there, and I didn't catch the number on the other one, but I want to kick it out of bounds. They kick it far to the right. Let's see where they finally mark that ball. The referee, he's pointing to the other one to mark it off. He's at the 15. He's walking out. Is he at the 20?
He's right at the 19 or so.
Near the 20. Well,
I don't know how they do that.
Now he's just going for a walk, so I don't know. I thought he was marking it off.
They're saying the 20 on the scoreboard.
All right. All right, 1st and 10 for the Miners at the 20. 2 minutes, 2 seconds remaining. Miners lead 6-0 here in the latter part of the first half on the Meek Financial scoreboard. Now we have 2 wide receivers to the right. Far right, I believe, is Feltner. Voigtchild is closer to the quarterback, about halfway. We have one setback. Oliver rolling to his right. Now he wants to cut it up. He's got room to roam again. Across the 40. He beats him. He's at the 35. One block and out of bounds at around the 40. They were closing in about 3 or 4 of the Bulldogs, so he elected just to take it out of bounds and stop the clock.
No reason to take that hit.
It'll be a first down and 10. What did he pick up on that? How much?
He found something. He's got 20 yards on that, and he's got 62 yards on just 6 touches, and he's been our offense.
He has found something up the middle here.
He cut back that time.
They're doing and not doing. One wide receiver, Voigtchild in motion, going to the right. Oliver rolls to his right, but they have whistled this play dead, which is not a good sign for the offense.
Procedure call.
Yeah.
In this game, any yards you lose is going to be big yards, even if it's just 5.
If you're trying to cash in with 1:52 remaining here in the first half. That play changed everything.
Yeah,
when he ran for 20 yards, it's like, okay, we do have an opportunity here. But now with this penalty, let's see where that puts us now. 1st and 15 at the 35. Their own 35 for the Miners. Still with 1 wide receiver to the left, 2 to the right. Oliver will roll to the right. He's got his man out there. Eli Scott is outside the 40. He's down at about the 42-yard line. 43 is where they're going to rest it.
Just roll out and dink it out there. I got to use the word dink tonight.
Boy, I said that a lot last night. Dink and tap and volleyball. Wonderful volleyball last night. Oliver back to pass, and we got another flag.
Well, we got it back to second, and we got another.
How many penalties? They're getting ready to mark it off against the Miners.
I didn't see it, but it's 5-yarder, I'm sure.
I don't know what it's offsides, illegal procedure. I don't know. I didn't see a call.
Well, for Linton now, that's 5 penalties for 40 yards.
Miners are going to run the same play. It's now about 12, 2nd down and 12. Oliver's going to roll to his left. He's looking for the long ball, and he's got a man out there. But Feltner could not pull it in. He had someone going stride for stride with him, and that's been the case on both of the long balls thrown tonight.
That was Welch.
Is that Eli Welch?
Yeah, he was right there with him.
Right there.
That was all the way down about the 25-yard line.
And Welch is 6'2". Feltner is about 6'1", is he not?
Now that stopped the clock at 1:13.
And it's 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 12 for the Miners. They fake the pass, hand off to Voigtchild. He runs into traffic, spins, but there's just no room in the end. And now another flag. My gosh.
2 flags come out at the same time. We can only hope that that's a face mask.
We have to start and wonder how many plays keep track of how many plays have we run without a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, in the game for both teams. There's a lot of
It does look like
tonight.
I've got a lot of X's on my sheet. The Miners look like they're going to go backwards, but another blow to the head. Boy, they're calling it like crazy.
On the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Oh, my.
I like the guy yelled, let him play football. And we always think that till somebody gets hurt. We've already seen Shunk out of the game, but that gives the Miners a brand new
and they have the ball in Bulldog territory. First down and 10. The ball now rests at the 46-yard line. Oliver brings them out, man in motion. Oliver drops back, sees it in the middle, runs straight ahead, but there's no room there. There's no gain. And so the clock will continue to run now.
They got to start worrying about timeouts now.
Either use a timeout or there's no use taking it to the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
50, the clock's still running. 49, 48, they're not stopping it. 46, 45.
I don't know how many
we got. So
this
could be the last play of the first half. We'll see. There's a man in motion. Oliver's going to roll to his right. He pumps once, now puts it up over the middle, and it's incomplete. It was intended for number 2, Cooper Smith. Cooper had at least 2 people on him at the time and couldn't bring it in. 34 ticks remaining on the Meek Financial scoreboard. 3rd down, 10 for the Miners.
Cooper had gone down to about the 25 and it cut inside and looked like he was open for a second, but a nice job by Ryder Poole breaking that up.
So receivers left and right, man in motion. Running straight ahead and down at about the 40, I believe, is Paul Oliver.
Yeah, it's man on man there.
He's stretched all the way out, and he's helped up by one of the Bulldogs, which is always nice to see.
Joseph Smith getting up from the bottom of the pile on a Miners.
Josie Hand lending him a helping hand out
probably
there.
roll this all the way down and then fire it to the end zone.
9, 8, 7. I don't think they're going to get a play off.
You just
5.
you might as well throw it.
I'm not sure what was going on there.
Miners probably burning a timeout here.
So 3 ticks remaining here. They'll have time to run one more play in this first half on the Meek Financial scoreboard. It's 6-0. The Miners on top. You are listening to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Autumn Trace of Greene County is the perfect setting where seniors can live as independently as they wish while enjoying the supportive care that they need in their daily lives from a 24-hour care staff. Call Jathan and his friendly staff at 812-699-4464 to schedule your tour. Come and find out why so many have already picked Autumn Trace as their choice to age in place. Correll's Gas of Linton has been locally owned and operated for 77 years. They offer residential and agricultural propane. They also fill all sizes of propane cylinders and motorhomes. Located on Highway 54 in Linton, find them on Facebook at Correll's LP Gas or just call 812-847-4076.
All right, the Miners get a play here for 3 ticks remaining on the Meek Financial scoreboard. Let's see what they do in the final play here of the first half. Oliver drops back. He's going to have a host of receivers going long. He stops, puts it up in the air. It's going to be intercepted out there. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be a Meek Financial turnover. Jennings having a foot race here with number 20, Eli Welch. And I'll tell you, the quarterback was not leaving him behind.
No.
Jennings was right on him, and he goes out of bounds at about the 28. That wasn't a Hail Mary, but it just as well appeared.
Yeah, it was pretty close. Defended a nice play by Welch and underthrown a little bit. So
Jordan and Vaught Insurance turnover. And I'll tell you, Jennings just showed how fast he really is for a big man. He ran that quarterback out of bounds. So we are at halftime, and the score at halftime on the Meek Financial scoreboard is Linton 6 and the Bulldogs from Monrovia nothing. We've got a Donnybrook, folks. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. And coming up, we have the Crane Credit Union halftime show.
Wherever life takes you, whatever stage, anything that you need. No matter the season, getting there together. We are ready when you are. Crane cares. Committed to serving you.
walking slowly.
All right, Big D, we're back live, and the Bulldog Band getting ready to play. You said you saw Shonk on the sideline still, which is a good sign, but it didn't look like we'll be seeing him the
he's
rest
got
of the
his
night.
pads off and walking very gingerly with the team physicians on either side of him. He's walking all right, but, you get your bell rung like that, and he ran into Belcher as far as I can tell, so those were two big lows, but we're definitely going to feel it when you lose that inside presence like he is.
And he's a team leader.
Yeah.
Now at Casey's, try their new thin crust pizza for your favorite toppings. They also have all-day delivery. Order by phone at 812-847-3250, or you can use the app, Casey's Here for Good. Heather?
Well, we put out a challenge to let us know if you're watching from home, if you are watching in the stands, and if you had anything you'd like to say to any of us in the booth. So we're going to just kind of scroll up and down here. We've had a number of people comment, which we're so thankful for. And we have over 3,400 people that are currently watching the live stream, so thank you for sharing that as well. Michael Webster is watching his son Colin all the way in coastal North Carolina, so thank you for watching.
Oh, hope he's okay out there.
And yes, with the tropical storm and the hurricane, I talked to my father earlier today. Had 2.5 inches of rain from the flooding from the tropical storm. So be safe, everyone on the coast. Anissa and Matt Robbins are watching from home, but daughter Becca, who's on the volleyball team, is in the stands. Brandon Mahan gave a special shout out, so sending a hello back to you. Jody Gaither says she's watching from home. Jeff Stupi watching from home as well. And Karen Camden, I want to give you a big shout out because I love not only the fact that you're sharing the page, liking the comments, but you always come in clutch with some pretty cool
Is that her
graphics
graphic there, the football?
It is,
That
absolutely.
is incredible.
Absolutely. And Brandon Mahan just wrote again saying that this is an extremely good game. So
Agreed.
We are very happy to be here live streaming from Monrovia. And as you can see on your live overhead cam right now, you're going to be seeing the Monrovia band that is going to be performing here shortly.
Yeah, and maybe while we'll take a short break here and let Big D come back with his first half statistics here, because we've got a 6-0 ball game. It is a close ball game, and maybe we can dissect a little bit from the statistics about what's going on out here. First, I want to tell you that Bays Construction and Remodeling, quality work at an affordable price from your roof, floor, siding, and deck. Call Scott Bays at 812-699-9664. Let Bays Construction and Remodeling keep a roof on it for you. But right now, why don't we send it to a commercial break, and we'll be right back with Big D and the stats. Get a perspective from him. This is Raider Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and Jake's just baby-proof their 2-bedroom bungalow to prepare for baby number 1 insurance.
We're good at Madeline and Chance's just gave in and became minivan people to make room for baby number 2 insurance.
And we're good at Gabby and Nate's just moved to a house with a bigger backyard to welcome fur baby number 3 insurance. Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance and stop knocking on wood. At Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're not just good at insurance. We're good at Emma and
Welcome back to the Crane Credit Union Halftime Show. Let's turn it over to Big D, Dan Phillips. Dan, what did you see out there?
Well, I saw a whole lot of smash mouth football. A whole lot of guys just banging into each other, and some big clashes on the inside. We've seen a couple of dingers that have kind of caused some people to have to come out of the contest. A little bit of a surprise right now. The Miners actually were 173 in total of offense to Monrovia's 115. Monrovia was knocking at the door when they fumbled the ball. I'm going to try out my new little thing that I've got here to try to.
Did we have 3 first-half turnovers, Jordan and Vaught turnovers? I know you'll get to that. I'm sorry.
I can look at it. I don't know. I see a fumble. Well, the one fumble got turned over on the penalty with the hit to the head.
Okay.
So we've had 2 of them. Monrovia's dropped one, and, of course, the Miners with that interception. Linton has 22 carries, 154 yards rushing the ball. Pretty much all in the hands of Paul Oliver. He's got 8 carries for 68 yards, the touchdown. Christian Schunk, 2 carries for 4. Jesse Voigt shot 3 for 16. Ashton White, 1 for 16. Eli Scott, 3 for 11. And Russell Goodman, 3 carries for nothing. That's still an average of 5.75, but that's due largely to the one Oliver run. Oliver's passed the ball already quite a bit tonight, 2 of 7, 19 yards, one of those an interception toward the end. The 2 catches, Hayden Feltner on a nice slant for 11-yard gain, Eli Scott for an 8-yard gain. Defensively for Linton, Corey Andrews with 4 tackles, has a fumble recovery. Braylon McBride with 4 tackles, Ashton White with 3. and Goodman with 3 as well. Schonk had 2 before he took that injury and had to come out of the contest. That means the Miners with, as I said, 173 yards total offense. Monrovia with 115, 89 of that on the ground on 19 carries, still averaging 4.68 per game. He passed the ball twice. Once was an incompletion, and once was a big third down conversion of 26 yards. And that catch was made by, I think, Poole, number 9. Oh, and I can see what the problem. I didn't put the guys in there, but the game started with the Miners getting the ball first, and for the first time all year, really were kind of stymied. Got a first down on a 12 on the field on the punt play, and then got another first down on a defensive holding penalty. That's all they've been able to do. They had the ball, looks like 4 times. Finally showed some life in that third drive when they drove down the field from the 12-yard line, went 88 yards in 4 minutes and 20 seconds to score for 28 yards out. Extra point wasn't any good, but Monrovia, again, they drove the ball down to the Miner, looks like the 36-yard line, and a big play by Corey Andrews again. So far he's been a big play man. And really, we've been lucky to keep Monrovia off the scoreboard, to be honest with you.
I have to say, an observation from the cheap seats here by me, but it seems like we started out trying to run. We weren't having a lot of success for that. Went to the air, but we've been throwing more long balls than I have ever seen Linton do. When they threw short, they were successful. But when they tried long, they had some problems.
He had a couple of looks deep. The one down here with Eli Scott, I mean, that literally hit him right in the hands and just went through his hands and hit him in the chest and bounced off. So that one probably should have been a completion. That would have been big yards. They must have seen something that makes them think it. But I don't think we're going to be able to count on running the ball up the middle, particularly when Christian Sonk's not in the contest with the head injury that he sustained. We're going to have what you try to do, Kevin, is you try to run laterally. And what that does for those big 290, 240 pounders, it gets tough for them to move laterally.
Like what we saw last week.
Yes.
You saw the first 3 quarters, they ran wild last week. Jones did. And then by the 4th quarter, he didn't have any gas left. He was out of gas.
And bigger, I mean, defensively is even more so. When you get tired of chasing a Jesse Voigtshot and Eli Scott all day, and Goodman will be back there as well. But Scott, I mean, Paul Oliver has shown some power running as well.
Yeah, he has. Up the middle, which is hard running.
He's been the most successful of any of the Miners so far, and we're going to have more of that.
At 6'3" and 205 pounds, that's why he's capable of pounding it up the middle.
We saw him last week. He had a 38-yard touchdown run, then he had one that got called back that was a 70-yard run. He's just a sophomore. That's a glorious thing to have happen. But somebody else is going to have to step up. They're going to probably put a spy on Oliver and watch anywhere he goes. This is the best defense we've seen on the year for sure.
Best team, I think, we've seen of the year. You are listening to the Crane Credit Union Halftime Show. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the one thing we at Rader Media Sports want you to understand. We're more than just live streaming. So much more. Just click on RaderMediaSports.com and you'll begin to get the picture. There are pages for each sport, player photos, game score updates, and schedules. But not everyone's an athlete, so we'll also cover K-12 student activities and special events, weekly student and alumni spotlights, along with Student and Athlete of the Week. Also, check out the many sponsors that we will update throughout the year, just to see how they're supporting the Miners as well. And as a reminder, 30% of the revenue generated by the sponsors will now be returned to Linton Stockton schools. So join our Facebook and Instagram pages at Rader Media Sports to see highlights throughout the year and for links to watch the free live stream broadcast. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners. Welcome back to Hadley Field. We're at halftime, and it's 6-0 on the Meek Financial scoreboard. And we've still got about just under 5 minutes in this halftime break, and gives us an opportunity to dissect this contest even a little bit more. This is by far the most physical football game I think I've seen Linton in some time.
Yeah, they're definitely in a tussle tonight, and it's going to be that inside running is going to be difficult. But that's what we're made for, is to keep pushing and keep fighting. And we've been at almost a couple of big plays. I think we're going to have to get some success in the air.
But Big D, watching them, they have been razor thin close to breaking a couple themselves.
Yeah, you're right.
And this is going to be one of those where you sit and watch. It's, I said this last night watching maybe the best volleyball game I've ever seen in my life, when it seemed like you have two heavyweights just pounding on one another. That's what we have here tonight.
And it's who's going to wear the other one down. You're right. Dominic Kendall nearly broke one. And then, of course, we saw Brayton Belcher show some pretty good speed, too, when he got in the open field. 2 touchdown-saving tackles, one by McBride, one by Feltner. It's just going to be a dogfight. I got a feeling we're probably going to see some rotation at that inside backer to keep guys fresh, and that probably means Wright's going to get some snaps back there. But it's just, first and foremost, you hope that Christian Schonk's going to be okay.
Yeah,
the fact that they haven't, didn't cart him off to a hospital to be examined is good news. But
that's exactly
they're going to
right.
be ultra safe. But that's just tough in a big game like this one. And you're thinking long term here, Kevin. We got, 6 more. At least 7 more ball games. You want him to be healthy for the whole year.
And Sullivan coming up, don't we?
Yeah, speaking of the Arrows there, the Northview was ahead of them 25-6. North Knox was up 6-0 over Washington. South Putnam was 14-0 over North Putnam. Southridge 18-0 over Tecumseh. Western, a team we're going to be playing down the road. They gave a pretty good tussle to a tough team last week. This week, another tough team, Rensselaer Central, and they're up 13-0. South Vermilion at Park Heritage, there's no score there. Greencastle 7-0 over West Vigo, and Southmont are the teams in our sectional at 22-7. They are down to North Montgomery.
Okay, this is the Crane Credit Union halftime show. Heather?
Just want to give some shout-outs to a number of people that are watching, and you'll notice that our image that you see on the screen was captured by Kathy Pigg during night 1 of the ball game, and we encourage everyone who's in the stands or on the field to take some photos of your game photos and send them to us for potential shout out on the air and to be able to watch those kind of on our website. We'd also like to, as we mentioned all during the game, we want to say thank you to all of the sponsors that make this broadcast free at home for the viewers. And we want to give a special shout out to Dr. Goad, who is watching at home this evening. Hope you are doing better. And she says, go Miners.
I'm going to kid you, Dr. Goad. We have people watching in Cancun and Costa Rica, and you're at home.
Uh-oh.
She actually has a good reason.
All right.
We also want to give a special shout out to a number of people in the Linton community. Right now, we're going to hold a lot of members in the community, teams, and so forth close to our hearts right now. We can't really share any information at this time, but please give the Linton community kind of a big warm hug. We appreciate everyone that is watching this evening. We appreciate everyone that's giving shout-outs as well. Jeff Hall, who says that he is watching in person and live, who obviously is driving the school bus this evening. So we're glad to see that you're here watching. And we would be remiss if we couldn't say thank you to Grandma Karen and Papa Bill, who are watching for the second evening.
Hey, they're on a roll.
They're on a roll.
Jeff Hall driving that bus can't be fun if they went down Route 39. That's
oh my,
not a fun way to go on a bus.
When it comes to real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Greene County native Corey Motter serves Greene, Owen, Monroe, and surrounding counties, so he knows all about your location. Reach out for a free market analysis to get to know the value of your home. Whether you are buying or selling, you will want to close it with Corey.
I'll tell you what, Brandon, if you want to go ahead and give me that Notre Dame ticket, pretty kind.
I tell you what, Notre Dame football is one of my passions.
Oh,
and
really?
One of my bucket list is to attend a Notre Dame game.
Well, I got you on that
Kevin and I actually went to the Notre Dame Stadium last spring to watch Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
And I got a little taste of the atmosphere.
I saw
Touchdown Jesus.
I saw Notre Dame. Me and my dad, God bless him, we went up early, about 6 in the morning, to the Michigan Notre Dame game in the years when Rick Meyer was the quarterback and Elvis Gerbach was the quarterback for Michigan.
Oh, wow.
And,
I took my daughter, Lana, to a game there.
Yeah.
She wanted to go see the Irish
play. It's an
her.
Awesome thing to walk that campus, and then a marching band comes trucking in, and it's it's pretty outstanding when you're standing there with your dad at about 7:30 in the morning, those 6'8", whatever the band major guys that stand in the front with their knees up to it's chill time when the Irish take the and they look great this year, don't they? They got Purdue.
They do.
And I don't have Purdue. They got.
How old is that quarterback for them? Did I read that correct?
Well, he's from Wake
older
Forest.
than normal.
He did 4 years at Wake Forest, set the ACC record in touchdown passes, became a graduate student, and in this day and age, you can transfer.
Yeah, you got kids playing 6, 7, 8 years in college.
He just goes to Notre Dame, and he looked outstanding against Navy. I know that's tough for Hunter Jennings, our good buddy that's at the Naval Academy now, but They were underdogs going into that contest.
They always are.
Giving a shout out to Adam Neff. He says this is his third Friday watching from work. And thanks for the live stream and coverage. Been great so far. Go Miners.
There's another ex-Miner.
Right.
32, I remember.
Are you ever really an ex-Miner?
I don't think so. That's a good call. Once you've played football for the Miners, you really never ever forget that feeling.
Lauren Jones-Spears watching. Is that what she just sent me? Go Miners, watching from home.
She did, and she actually had to send me a picture, which I thought was very interesting. When Mike Morin said that he was mowing while he was watching and listening to the broadcast, she actually sent me a picture showing us proof that he was, in fact, mowing and listening to the Miners. So that was pretty cool.
I don't doubt that at all.
Which is pretty cool.
Let's go Miners. Thank you for live streaming, watching from home, Teresa and Tony. And, of course, that's Tony Klushner, who is a sponsor of our starting lineups, and always love to hear from Tony.
And Mary Ledoux says, watching from home and so thankful for the live broadcast. We have another half of Miner football to call for you, joined by Kevin Rader and Big D Dan Phillips here in the press box. And we've had some questions come into our inbox whether we are going to be covering the Linton-Sullivan game next week. And the simple answer is yes. We are covering all regular season and tournament games as well. So we will be on the road next week in Arrow Nation.
Oh man, I don't even want to talk about the Arrows and Miners yet. That's.
Oh yeah, we got to get out of this one.
Yeah, we got to get out of this with our heads okay and everybody all right. We want to come out with a win, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about that Sullivan week, as we call it in Linton.
Cowan Stinson is back, the freshman, 5'9", 140-pounder, and also back there is number 14 Cooper Cheney, senior, 6', 160-pounder, to receive this opening kickoff of the second half.
I mentioned Pig, McBride, Chris Lyon, some of the guys out there for the Miners. Also 35 made a big hit last week for the Miners. That is Ezra Powell.
There's the kick, and it's going to bound on the ground and finally be picked up by number 28, who's trying to scamper around the right side of the 30, and he's out of bounds there. That is Cowan Stinson, as I told you. This third quarter now is brought to you by Key Associates, your key to the very best. Kevin Rader, Heather Rader, and Big D Dan Phillips broadcasting from the Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Home Service Press Box. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And by the way, the Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Service Press Box is your lamp of hope when you need us the very most. First down and 10. The ball now resting at the 30-yard line. First down and 10. They're working on the near hash mark. One wing back on the right-hand side, two split backs. Give the second man through, and he's the spark plug of these two, Dominic Kendall, the senior 5'11", 185-pounder. For those of you who are a little closer to my age, it's a little bit like the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah.
Larry Zonka and Jim Kick out here tonight, isn't it?
Very much the same. Yeah, you got the bruiser and the spear.
Who was the other running back?
Morris.
Mercury Morris had more of the speed, and so I guess Kendall would be more in the Mercury Morris mold. Because
Mercury
he
Morris
is fast.
And I had the football card. I remember it well.
So, Eli Welch.
Uh-oh.
Going to give it to the man up the middle, and the man is out to the 40.
That'll move the chains, and it's right up the gut where you expect Shunk to be.
And you know, we've talked about this before on the defensive side, how big that line is. A lot of those guys are playing on the offensive line.
Yeah,
these are big fellas carving out.
Yeah,
room to run.
We talked about, how they were going to be. They hadn't probably played much of a down in the second half now.
First down and 10 at the 41-yard line, their own 41-yard line. Again, same set. Split backs. They're going to give the second man Kendall. He's out to about the 44-yard line.
Took a nice shot from Corey Andrews right at the line. Still able to squib forward out to the 45-yard line. Kendall now, this is about as even as you can get. He has 48 yards on 10 carries. Belcher has 59 on 9 carries. They got 104 yards rushing now.
Boy, these guys are tough. Last week we saw basically it was a one-man show. It's a two-man show here
Definitely.
tonight. Ball resting at the 45. Second down and a long 5. But, Kendall breaks in the open, the 40. No way, they're going to catch him now. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bulldogs. We got a tie ball game.
Well, they've been close to Duke busting that all game long, and once he broke through the middle and downfield blocking was there, he's going to go 55 yards, and now with an extra point, Monrovia can take the lead. They keep on churning up that middle like that. Now all the impetus is going to be on the Miners. Kendall, you heard
well, this extra point is crucial.
Big, and it is a female kicker, number 87. That's going to be Emery Newland, but she's hit the majority of hers this year.
She's a junior, 5'6", 120-pounder. So we have 2 female kickers in this ball game tonight. Let's see if Emily can give her hometown Bulldogs the lead.
Oh, she does.
It's up and good. So, with 10 minutes and 9 seconds remaining in the second half here in the third quarter, it's now a 7-6 lead for the Bulldogs. You are listening to Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Rick Krine's Auto Detailing is the place to take your car, truck, or off-road vehicle for complete auto detailing and cleaning, and a ceramic coat that'll make it shine. Call Rick at 812-201-9551.
I'll make it shine like it's mine.
When it comes to real estate, it's all about location, location, location. Greene County native Corey Motter serves Greene, Owen, Monroe, and surrounding counties, so he knows all about your location. Reach out for a free market analysis to get to know the value of your home. Whether you're buying or selling, you'll want to close it with Corey.
Back once again, number 8, Jesse Voigtchild is one back there. Who is the other number there?
Probably
21.
Scott.
Eli Scott is the other back. They're teeing it up here in the near hash mark here.
Well, that's exactly what you didn't want to do, is give up a big play.
Well, they have been so close to that, though.
Yeah.
They have flirted with breaking one, and that's the kid who can do it. I'm not saying the other bruiser can't, but there's the boot.
Nice
kick.
placement.
Eli Scott is trying to run the ball down. He does. He's really motoring up across the 30-yard line to about the 33. Good return by Eli Scott. 1st and 10 for the Miners. Well, we'll see. This is the first time the Miners have trailed tonight.
It's the first time the Miners have trailed all year, I believe. I don't think that St. Teresa ever got ahead. And I know Park Heritage didn't.
Will the Miners try to play some ball control here? They've been throwing the ball long in the first half, which was surprising.
Just need to move the chains and don't panic. Go down the field. The other thing we got to think about is with Schonk out of the game, Ashton White now is doing double duty.
Yeah.
And he's got to play both the nose tackle and the running back.
Cooper Smith wide to the left, Feltner wide to the right. They're going to give to the back
mask.
coming through. There was a face mask. You saw his head jerk back, but there's no flag.
And that doesn't bode well there at all. Kendall, 24, had the touchdown run. He's one of them that gets in there along with Whitney, number 60.
Let's see, a gain of about 2. It looks like 2nd down 8.
Well, the worst thing could happen to us other than a turnover right now would be to just go 3 and out and punt the ball. We've definitely got to get some better blocking up front.
Now ball at the 35. Ashton White, the lone setback. He's in the sidecar on the left. Man in motion from left to right. Oliver is back to pass. He's going to go long, but he's going to go across the middle. Voigtchild, he's got it at the 40. He's spun down, and at about the 38, the ball comes loose, but the referee quickly signals that he was down. 1st down and 10. Miners at the 38 of the Bulldogs.
Well, that was perfectly placed. If he'd have not thrown that on the nose, that would have been knocked down or picked.
That was in big time traffic.
Down to the 39. That was the touchdown pass before, the fake giant pitch, and then he steps back.
Oliver, man in motion again. This time the man in motion gets the ball.
Oh, gosh.
That is Eli Scott across the 35 down to about the 33-yard line.
Boy,
a good pickup on first down.
You could hear the pads just thumping out there. Ty Boyd along with 77, Jacob Breedlove getting out there. That's a nice gain on first down.
It sure is. It gives him 2nd down and 4, it looks like. Gain of 6. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The snap, Oliver, fakes. He wants to take it up the middle, but he slips and falls. He had some room.
He had some room. That's the play that he scored the touchdown on. And
there was one Bulldog there, but he had a blocker on him. So, oh my gosh, the ref just fell over. Is he all right?
Yeah, that's always embarrassing, isn't it?
Yeah, the poor guy.
So that makes it 3rd. I would hesitate to say we're in 4-down territory at the 34, but you'd like to get a lot closer.
Oh yeah. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Wingbacks on both sides. Oliver And number 33, Ashton White.
Well, he cuts back. He's got it.
Oliver keeps the ball. He's down inside the 30, out to about the 27-yard line. First down and 10, Paul Oliver, as he puts this team on his shoulders and makes the play.
You see Ashton White coming up, almost standing right next to him. It's hard to imagine he's going to get the ball, but so you just know the quarterback. Everybody in the world knows he's probably going to carry it. He gets down to the 27-yard line.
And they know it's going to take more than one to bring him down.
He took that first hit and went off to his right, got the first down.
Going to roll to his right. Oliver has two receivers out there.
He's going to
fakes the pass,
nice.
Pulls it under. Now we got a flag. Oliver stiff arms one man at the 30 and going to go out of bounds about the 24. Ooh, my.
The
a little
flag,
bit kind of a late hit.
The flag
there,
comes over.
But then they help him up, and that's a nice move there
there's
by
been
Joseph Smith.
Been a lot of good sportsmanship already, but that flag came down just as.
Got to be holding.
Yeah, it just has to be, and it's at the 28-yard line, so that's going to. Now they're pushing it back to the 29. Penalties killing the Miners tonight again.
I want to give credit to what I was saying. I thought he was hit a little late out of bounds when he was spun down.
Yeah.
But the man who did it, Joseph Smith, then quickly relented and helped him back up, like saying, I didn't really mean to do that. And it wasn't flagrant.
Yeah, he didn't come in with the shoulder or,
No.
or anything and pound him in there. I don't know why it takes them so long to talk. They're also going to take this penalty, and this could be a drive killer. That's a 12-yard penalty for the
they're
Miners.
walking back to mark it off, and here it goes.
Six penalties, 52 yards.
30. We're at the 35. Pack your bags. It's going to be a long trip. There we go. It's out to about the 37-yard line. So that makes it
2 for 20 is all Monrovia has. The Miners again.
First down. They say it's a first down and 10. They're replaying the down. There's the pitch to Voigtchild going off the right-hand side, the 35, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 32. They're working on the far side of the football field there, but in the short side, really.
The 2 8s meet out there on the Miner sideline. Gets a little bit of that back. Looks like it. Well, no, didn't look like he got anything back. Yeah, he's at the 33 now. 4-yard gain. Voigtchild now 22 yards on 5 carries.
Let's see what Oliver's got in mind here. He's got a man in motion. He wants to run the option, or does he want to pass?
He's got
I
to
can't
fire.
tell.
Got to throw it. Got to throw it,
He's in trouble now. Now he's going to go down. There, he threw it. They're going to say it's an incomplete pass.
Holy cow. They let that.
He had three Bulldogs on him when their coaches are hopping and mad here on the sideline.
Number one.
But that is an incomplete pass.
Number one, I'm surprised they didn't blow him down. And 3 or 4 guys.
You can hear the locals don't like it.
By throwing that, that puts the ball back at the 33 instead of a loss of about 10 yards.
Yeah, they
but
had him
that was
there.
close to looking like a fumble, though.
That's a little bit of the problem when you run lateral and not north-south. But Paul Oliver, wisely, I guess you'd say, that could have been easily intercepted.
Yeah, it could have been a fumble, too.
Receivers left and right. Voigtchild in motion. They're going to give inside. And the
there you go,
Eli Scott, 25, 20, 15.
Oh, my.
Down near the 11-yard line. And look at him. He is pumped.
He's a very energetic kid. He's kind of been my surprise guy this year. I knew he was going to be tough from his sophomore campaign. But
they're digging the dirt out of his helmet. He doesn't care. Voigtchild helps him out. They line it back up. They place the ball now. We have a first down and 10 at the 11-yard line. So they are in the team ortho red zone.
22-yard gain for Eli. He's got 40 yards now, 5 carries. Well, he's got
Oliver
a big hole
right up the middle. He's down to about the 6-yard line. Well, can they respond? The Bulldogs come through with a long run for a touchdown to take the lead, and right now the Miners are battling back.
Gets to the 7-yard line.
7-6 on the Meek Financial scoreboard.
This is the 9th. This will be the 10th play coming up.
Receivers left and right. Cooper Smith to the left, Feltner wide right. Fake to Ashton right, and they give to Voigtchild. Oh, there's a flag.
He dropped the ball. He dropped the ball.
What's the penalty? Let's wait and see what the penalty is.
He's trying to get the extra yard, and the ball gets knocked out, and Monrovia is going to be on it. And if that's the case, it is brutal killer. The Miners drive all the way down the field.
It's the ultimate drive killer, but let's wait and see what the penalty is.
It's going to be against Monrovia. The kids are all reacting to it.
They're pointing at one another.
Golly.
Let's see.
Golly, we can't do this kind of stuff.
I missed the call. Oh, holding. Holding on Linton. Declined. First down and 10 for Monrovia.
The Miners drive the length of the field from the 33. They go 60 yards. They eat up 4 minutes of the clock, and they go down and put the ball on the ground. And that's brutal killer. You're about to go ahead of the contest, and now you got to go out there and hope they don't go right down the field again.
Let's see if the defense can hold them back.
He was trying to get more, and I know he's trying to get more.
Yeah, one wide receiver to the right, same setback, split back. Still going to give to the second man.
There he goes.
This is the big fella, and he is out across the 20, or is that 24?
24.
Okay, that's the quick fella. That's Dominic Kendall, and he's showing some wheels around the right-hand
Well,
side.
what we're seeing is that offensive line is getting some holes. The secondary.
First down and 10, ball resting now at the 31.
Secondary's having to come up and make that tackle, and by that time he's got a lot of yards. He's got 116 yards now, but more importantly, they just moved the chains on first down. Gosh, the Miners were in the 8 at the 7-yard line.
So is it Kendall or is it Belcher? It is Belcher this time, out to about the 27-yard line.
And the way those whistles blow make me think.
Yeah, there is another flag out there.
Yeah, it's in the backfield.
Isn't there always?
Should say that they got a hold on Monrovia.
Yeah, going the other way. That's a big one.
I don't know why the Monrovia fans are booing. Should say Jimmy K. Wright out there at linebacker was in on that tackle. Also see Aiden Sparks playing nose tackle. That's to try to give Ashton White some rest. The Miner D really needs to get a stop here. The ball goes back to the Monrovia 14-yard line.
14-yard line. So first down and what? 20?
Boy, that is a lot.
14 to be official. I wanted to check the Meek Financial scoreboard. The ball is at the, it's first down and 18. I apologize, at the 14. So here we go again. The two backs, Belcher and Kendall. They're going to give to Kendall. Coming around the left-hand side. There's a little bit of a hole there. He gets out to the 20.
He ran through there, but fortunately Jimmy Wright was there along with McBride, number 7.
So it's still going to be about second down and long, about 11, I would say.
Yeah, it gets out to the 20. And this third quarter is going quick. Well, 1 point separates us, 7-6. A mixed extra point, the only difference. Both teams now have fumbled deep. They fumbled at the 12. We fumbled at the 7.
So again, will it be Belcher or Kendall? Going to give to Belcher. And he picks up a couple.
Yeah, that's what I like to see. They didn't get much going there. Again, I saw Wright in there and Ashton White as well.
So it's really going to be fourth down and 8.
I think it's third.
Oh, is it third? Okay, I thought they hadn't flipped that yet. Yes, third down and 8.
But this is almost a must stop for the Miners.
Third down long. Will they go to the air?
Well, I tell you.
Wide to the left is number 10, Truman Todd.
Watch the tight end. Oh, the ball's on the ground.
Ball's on the ground, and I think they covered it.
Yeah, Ashton White was right there, but that right there destroys that. They're going to have to go.
Yeah, fourth down, so the defense does its job. Can the offense pick up where they left off?
Well, that kills you as a coach because now you really have no choice. They lost a yard back to the 22. Amazing how quiet a crowd can get after a play like that. 4 minutes straight up on the clock.
Man, how many Jordan and Vaught insurance turnovers have we had tonight, Big D?
Well, I tell you
There's
what.
a high snap. There's the boot.
We got 3 of them.
It's rolling toward out of bounds at about the 49 of the Miners. First and 10. Great field position.
3 of those turnovers, and 2 of them, unfortunately, have been.
So total for both teams, what is
3.
it, 5?
3,
is it 3?
No, yeah.
Because we've had 2 pass interceptions, right?
Yeah.
And we've only had 1 fumble?
The 1 fumble didn't count.
So that's what I'm...
Because it was a penalty.
Paul Oliver comes out. What can he and the Miners do here? They're still working on the placement of the football here. We're going to put it here on the near hash mark. And it's right at midfield.
They usually ask the coaches where they want to go.
Feltner and Voigtchild are wide to the right. Oliver fakes, reverse pivots. Inside the 45, he's down at about the 42.
And he's
close to a first down.
He's right there. Josie Hand makes that tackle, but he's one guy from popping loose himself.
Pickup of 7 yards on first down, second down 3. That was nice to see. Running tough. Cooper Smith to the left. Voigtchild and Feltner wide to the right. One running back, they give it to him. Ashton Scott is inside the 40, down to about the 38. He's running with some power.
Yeah, he's got to do it. Frank and Hand are going to be the guys that make that tackle.
He's 6 foot, 195 pounds.
He's not a tiny guy. That should move the chains at the 39 of Monrovia. Ashton now with 20 yards on 2 touches.
Be interesting to see how long we can end up keeping the ball away from their offense.
Yeah, we just got to keep moving the chains.
He's rolling to the left.
He's got him.
Throws it out here. He's got his man, Cooper Smith. He's inside the 30, down at about the 29. He caught the ball. It must have come out at the end. They're saying no catch, but I think he clearly caught it.
Cooper Smith trying to work things off, and the officials are talking.
And they're doing it right in front of the Monrovia bench, which makes it tough because they're all, of course, chiming in saying, no way, no way.
Of course, they're not saying, oh, he caught the ball.
Now they are agreeing, no, it was a catch. He had it.
Yeah, that's you can't let the coaches make you change your decision.
That's a tough one. But anyway, so that makes it now
2nd and 10. But how do you change your call?
He took a couple of steps before he lost the football.
I don't see how you can reverse that. I guarantee you that's 5 Monrovia coaches in the grill of the official.
Braylon McBride, number 7, is wide to the left. Wide to the right is Feltner.
We got
and
a cramp for
Voigtchild.
Monrovia down here. Quarterback Welch is down there trying to get off the field. Well, they bring in Belcher now to play. He was they're in the middle linebacker last year, so they're letting him have some rest. Now we've got a little bit of a break in the action.
Well, we must have a timeout out here. You are listening to Rader Media Sports, home of the Mike. Proudly based in Linton since 2007, Voldico Insurance French Financial Agency offers auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance across many states and represents over 50 of the state's and nation's top companies. If there is a better option for your insurance, we'll find it. Give us a call for your insurance needs at 812-847-4747. 7-6. Monrovia leading Linton with 2:31 left in the third quarter on the Meek Financial scoreboard. The Miners trying to take back the lead. They had the opportunity to do it early and coughed up earlier in the second half and coughed up the football in a Jordan and Vaught insurance turnover. But now they're on the move again. The ball at the 39.
You just felt the bottom pull out.
All right, we're getting ready here. We'll get to you. There's a pass or
it's a screen.
The hike to Oliver.
Oliver
gets it out there. Feltner really motoring down the far sideline, inside the 30, down to the 25, and he's near the 20, but I'm not sure he didn't step out before that. We'll have to see where they officially mark it.
Well, yeah, he
They're going to put it at the 20.
He brutally ran that ball down the sideline. That basically, Kevin, is just a way to get the ball out away from the inside pack.
Yeah.
Get them out there one-on-one where they can make something happen.
Heather?
So another list of shout-outs for this evening. Emily Andrews, Pam McKee, Rebecca Nagy,
Oliver to Voigtchild, excuse
Murray.
me for a second. That's all right. We're down inside the 30. Voigtchild trying to make something happen. He's down to the 20.
Now go.
Melody Thuis, Whitley White, Pamela Orr, Cassandra
Flag.
Lyons.
Whoa,
and
hold on. Dead ball flag out of nowhere.
That's gonna go
Heather,
against
I'm
Linton.
sorry to interrupt. I don't know what was going on. People were getting up, walking back to the huddle. Unsportsmanlike conduct, is that what that is?
We've had too many of those this year already.
Well, now you definitely have time, Heather. Go ahead.
And Jason and Cindy Walton are listening as well.
Well, I hope.
Let's see where they put this ball now. Right now it's at the 20. I don't know if obviously something was said because it was a dead ball and everybody's just moving back to the huddle.
Something was said, and that's the kind of thing.
30. Oh, my.
It should be 15 yards.
Putting the ball out now at the 30-yard line. And
drive killer again.
As I said earlier, you're going to have to get in the car and drive back to Linton to get a first down now. It's 2nd down and 20 at the 35.
Yeah, and that's just those are just terrible penalties to have. Terrible.
The play is over. Okay, let's see what we have going here now. Cooper Smith here, wide to the left. Voigtchild and Feltner wide to the right. Ashton Wright on the sidecar, and that's who gets the ball. He breaks through the line of scrimmage. Somebody gets a hold of his feet.
Belcher
Makes him stumble, and he's down at about the 27. He was motoring over
yeah,
there, but
he
somebody
was wide
got
open.
him by the foot, by the shoestrings.
Belcher saves it. In fact, saves a big gain. Gets down to the 30. Only ends up being a 5-yard gain. Sure did look like he got further than that.
So it's still third down at about 15.
Oh, my gosh.
Country mile.
Yeah, it is.
Trips to the left. You don't see that very often. One wide receiver to the right. Oliver looking to the sideline. He's got one back behind him. That's
nice
Ashton
snap.
White. Fakes on the snap. He's got a rush on him. He's going down. He was had it about the 36, spun down. They lost a whole lot. They're going to have to punt and play field position football and try to see if they can pin them back.
No hope to go for that now. 53 was right in Oliver's face. That's Brendan Frank, 6'2", 290, and Belcher as well. And the Miners, again, the Miners just shot themselves in the foot. That we've had a couple of penalties on that particular drive. That puts us now 7 penalties, 65 yards. You add to that a fumble and an interception. And, they're doing it to themselves right now.
So, Oliver waiting for the kick. There it is. High. It's going to bound inside the 10. It's still rolling. It's going to be down to the 9. So, the Meek Financial scoreboard. With 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter, the score remains Monrovia 7, Linton 6. This is Rader Media Sports.
Are you looking to save on your TV bill? Mike Moran has Dish TV plans starting at $79.99 a month, including free installation, 3-year price lock, and 3 months free Showtime and Stars. And what about your internet? Is it too slow? Mike has T-Mobile 5G with no contracts, no data caps, $50 a month with debit card auto pay. So why aren't you calling the local guy? Mike Moran with Midwest Satellite, 812-847-8848.
Can the Miners hold them back here? First down and 10. There's the handoff. It's the
ball's loose.
The ball's loose. A
Miners
fumble,
got it.
And the Miners have it. Oh, my gosh. They gave it to Kendall, and he was hopping. Or was it?
9.
Oh, it was number 9. Ryder Poole. He was kind of hopping around down there, and somebody nailed it.
Paul Oliver is going to be one of the guys that got there, knocked that ball loose. Not sure who recovered it, but this is the big break that we needed. The ball is
now
at the 14.
They got to make a turnover count.
They've got
Jordan
to.
and Vaught, insurance turnover of the night, could be the biggest play of the ball game. What are the Miners going to do? There's still a lot of time left in this football game, but I'm sure the Miners would like to get control of the scoreboard.
Well, you got to take this. You got to take this, get in the end zone. It's not going to work that way.
And a handoff there, and there's no room in the end working off the right side. That's Voigtchild, and there was just nothing doing there.
No, number 37.
They probably lost about 4. Well, that's not a good way to start.
No, Clements is going to get back there and not going to out-muscle these Monrovia guys. They're going to put him down at the 15, so he loses a yard. Now we got the end of the quarter.
All right, that's the end of the third quarter of play on the Meek Financial scoreboard. As I said, it remains Monrovia 7 and Linton 6. Some things are obvious. You go into a place called Sportsman's, you know they support the Miners. You also know you'll have a full menu, including weekly specials to select from every Thursday through Saturday night from 4 to 8 p.m. So whether you want to dine in or carry out, call Sportsman's at 812-847-8759. This is Rader Media Sports.
It's time to go beyond what you thought possible. With an all-new adventure machine, purpose-built to elevate even the most exciting journeys. The Polaris Expedition is not a vehicle that defines you. You define it. Keep chasing the wild.
Since 1973, Linton Cycle Sales.
It's time to go beyond what you thought possible.
Quality work at an affordable price. From your roof, flooring, siding, or even your deck, call Scott Bays at 812-699-9664. Let Bays Construction and Remodeling keep a roof on it for you.
Back once again, 7-6 to score on the Meek Financial scoreboard. We're back for the fourth and final quarter. Kevin Rader, Heather Rader, and Big D Dan Phillips broadcasting from the Welch and Cornett Walton Funeral Service press box. Your lamp of hope when you need it the most. So they're out and lined up now. The Miners set. Number 6, Goodman, is the two setbacks behind it. They're going to give to Goodman off the left-hand side, and he was following another back, but they just ran into a wall. They might have lost one on that.
Those big guys up front are dominating right now. 53 was right there, and then Smith
somehow
comes
we
in
got to get to the outside.
Yeah, now we're
play. That is tough. The Miners are in the Team Ortho red zone, but they're not making any progress at this point.
Shout out to Sean Brown, who's watching from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and he says, "Go Miners."
Yeah, go Miners. There's the snap. They're coming around the right side. Oliver. Oh, man, he put a shoulder into somebody and rolled him about 5 feet. But Oliver is out of bounds. It should be first and goal, close to the end zone at about the 2. Let's see.
Well, that was a collision right there.
Why does it say 4th and 11?
Well, it should have been 3rd and 11.
Maybe they're still in the process of changing that scoreboard.
It should be 4th down now.
We
got to go for it.
5. The ball resting at the 9. Boy, it's getting hard to see with those. I got to come over here. Okay, Goodman is a setback along with Ashton White. They're going to give.
Ain't going to go nowhere.
Goodman going around the left side.
Look at him work the ball. I think he's got the first down. He did that himself.
He is down close to the 2 or 3 yard line.
And he was hit
almost instantly.
Yeah, he did that on his own. Hard
he's coming off.
He's got that shoulder. He's holding it. He sacrificed for the team for
sure.
That
was a great run. There was nowhere for him to go. I don't know how he found anything there. But he did.
But he's off the field now, holding his shoulder. That's what he had the brace on.
So is that Voigtchild now at the halfback spot there besides Ashton White? No, but number 8 is there beside him. Split back.
That's they run the 2 guys deep.
Yeah. I can't tell how they're on the far side of the football field.
It's that power formation. We saw White score the touchdown last week.
Yeah. Second down. Goal.
It's going to be hard to do
1 in the Team Ortho red zone.
Hard to do a quarterback sneak.
The Miners pound it in. That's what they're going to do.
A flag.
Oliver jumps up.
Come on, Linton.
There's a flag.
Oh, it's offside.
Sorry. See what it is.
Let me apologize. It's offside on Monrovia. But that doesn't give us but half a yard.
Did you hear, as soon as you said that, did you hear the crowd?
Yeah. That doesn't sound like
I don't blame them. They're cheering for their own team. I don't blame them at all.
Probably lined up offside. But
my gosh, it was already at the 1.
It was already at the 1. You're correct.
But they'll play the down again.
Yeah. Well, Paul Oliver
Ashton White.
Don't even give the ball off
to anybody. The wing back on the left is Voigtchild. Oliver sticks the ball out. It's in. Touchdown Miners with 10:13 remaining in quarter number 4. And the Miners take a 12-7 lead. Let's wait for the extra point.
I'm sure it's going to be for 2. Got to go for 2 here to try to match up the scores. He barely got in. He wasn't going to get in. We're going to get in the other way.
Fourth and final quarter. Key Associates, your key to the very best. Let's wait. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm getting over here for a second. Let's see what they're doing. We're in a real small little area in the press box, but it's a beautiful facility. I'm not complaining at all. Paul Oliver now takes the ball. He's going to run up the right-hand side. He's got 2. Oh, my. It's 14-7 Miners with 10:13 remaining in the ball game on the Meek Financial scoreboard. This is Raider Media Sports.
Have you ever heard the expression, if these walls could talk? Well, if you have efficient spray foam, you wouldn't hear it anyway. Owner-operator Kent Medlock can blow in fiberglass and cellulose insulation to ensure the comfort that you desire. Just call Efficient Spray Foam at 812-887-7172.
I'm Audrey Sparks with Richard Brown Insurance, your local auto owner's insurance agent. Give me a call for all your home, auto, life, or business insurance needs at 812-847-4798. I'm Audrey Sparks with Richard Brown.
This is Jake Breedlove. Are you looking for a house in the Linton area? If so, call my dad, Jeremy Breedlove, with Dyer Real Estate. Contact him at 812-798-7899.
The Miners made the Bulldogs pay for that fumble, and were able to take it in after missing one of their own opportunities.
Jennings is kicking.
Interesting. Was it Goodman before?
Yeah. He went out with that shoulder, so gosh, if he's out, both of our linebackers are out of the game. That would be terrible against this running team.
Hank Jennings tees it up at the 40.
He did kick at 35 yards. He kicked the first kickoff of the year against Park Heritage.
2 people back, as you might expect for the Bulldogs. Approach the ball. There's the boot. It's a squibber, and it's a good kick. It goes all the way back to inside the 20. They're trying to find some room to run, and there's nowhere to go down at about the 25.
Getting off the bottom of that pile is Braylon McBride, number 7, along with number 11 from the Miners. That is Cody Pigg.
McBride seeing a lot of action tonight, Heather.
Yeah, he's made some plays. I'm not sure who returned that. I'm going to guess 28.
Some shout-outs here from Kevin Kramer, who is one of our sponsors, halftime sponsor from Crane Credit Union. He says broadcast is outstanding. He was in person the first 2 weeks, but he missed the first half tonight, but keep up the great work.
Well, we hope the Miners do here. Receiver wide to the right. One setback this time, and they're going to give it to him. That's the big guy. That is Belcher, who actually has been pretty quiet now for a little bit.
They've been giving it to Kendall more than usual. Voigtchild and Andrews are in on that stop, and try and look at the inside linebacker. I know McKinnon's there. It looks like probably Jimmy Wright, I would guess, but we don't see number 6 out there.
So, one wide receiver here to the left. That's number 15, Malachi Vare. But they're going to give it to number 24. 24, Dominic Kendall off the right-hand side. And, boy, he's a threat every time he touches that football.
I mean,
it'll be third and short.
You can't just dive in on 42 because he's going to get the pitch late. Now they're at the 35-yard line. Still
Hopefully
trying
the
to
Miners
see.
can stop him here.
Shout out to Julie Hubble-Clark, who's watching from Plainfield, to Chad and Kristen Crines, who are watching from Linton, to John and Ashley Veach, who are watching from Bloomfield, and Brandy Pope.
Belcher powers his way out to the 45.
Yeah, we're running a 5-man front
11-yard pickup.
Voigtchild again on that tackle. He's making all the plays out to the 45-yard line. Belcher now 76 yards. Kendall has 127.
The important part here, they're moving the ball.
Yeah, and the other important part is we're without our 2 inside linebackers. I see Goodman on the sideline, helmet on, wants to come in.
Well, that's part of it, and conditioning is going to come down to this game here in the fourth quarter as well. Belcher straight up. He doesn't get 11 this time, but he gets about 3.
Pig and looks like Oliver. Expect to see a heavy dose of this.
The ball is now at about the 40. I call it the 47. I see the scoreboard's calling it the 48.
Sullivan Lake is watching us tonight. Gene and Mark Peacock are watching from Sullivan Lake.
8 minutes remaining here in quarter number 4. The game is on the line. It's crunch time. 2nd down, 7 for the host Bulldogs. The snap, the give. It's 24.
Nope, 42.
Kendall. Oh, was it 42?
Yeah.
Belcher.
The advantage of field glasses. Stopped by Ty Boyd. First time I've called Ty's name tonight, but that's going to set it up third and short.
Here it is. 3rd down, 3. This is big. The Miners need to stop him here and put a nice ball control
honestly,
drive in to close this out.
They have to feel like they can get 3 and 4 yards every carry, so
they're lining up. It's 10 on 10 here with 2 wide receivers out to the side. They give it to the second man through, and he has the first down. That is Kendall.
Yeah,
he's inside the 45. They put it down to 44. First down.
Ashton White wrapped up. It's a read, all it is, and Ashton White had Belcher immediately, and he pitched it the last minute. And then nice, they're in control. They're not panicking at all.
No, they're not.
Need a big play to happen here. Goodman back in the contest, number 6.
They are in minor territory.
And
The ball at the 44, first down and 10.
Smith is back out there as well.
2 setbacks. You know who they are by now. It's Belcher running straight ahead there. He picks up a couple. I'm telling you, this separates the men from the boys, a game like this on the inside. These big fellas on both sides of the ball are pounding each other.
Boyd and White going to make that stop. You almost get the feeling that Monrovia thinks this is the drive that they have to do it on. They're going to be in 4-down territory, I can guarantee you.
This is old-fashioned bread and butter football.
This
Just
is old
line it
school.
up.
Not pretty, but ugly.
4,106 fans watching
Belcher
online.
Running straight
He's
ahead.
gone.
Where's he going? He breaks in the open. He's at the 20, the 10. He's going to go. Touchdown for Monrovia.
There's just nobody there when he breaks through that first line. There's just nobody there. 6:17 mark. And now the question is, are they going to go for 2 and the win? Or are they going to go for the kick and
I
the
would
tie?
have to think they'll go for 2.
They're not. I see Emory Newland heading out there.
All right. Well, they may have confidence that they get the ball back. They can do it again.
I agree. 2 big plays. And
6 minutes and 17 seconds left. Let's see if they actually kick it or if it's a fake.
Yeah.
But right now, the holder is down at the 10.
She's been pretty good this year.
There's the snap. The placement of the ball almost blocked, but it's good. That's a fine kick.
So she could kick a field goal. And we got to
so,
think about that.
With 6:17 remaining in this football game, we have a 14-14 tie. It's all on the line now, folks. This is Rader Media Sports, home of.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Corrales Gas of Linton has been locally owned and operated for 77 years. They offer residential and agricultural propane. They also fill all sizes of propane cylinders and motorhomes. Located on Highway 54 in Linton. Find them on Facebook at Corrales LP Gas or call 812-847-4076.
8 plays, 74 yards, 3:57 off the clock. Had a 10-yard run and a 42-yard run by Belcher. The last one on a 2nd and 8. All even. What scares me is we've really had trouble moving the ball, where Monrovia has really been able to move the ball.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. Ashton White, number 33, Jesse Voigtchild, they're both back.
We look like we got
now
the hands team up there.
Switching sides. Voigtchild is going to the right, and Ashton White going to the left. We'll see what the some of the up back guys are sliding back now. They're waiting for. Is it going to be an onside? Nope. It's a deep kick. Voigtchild will go back. It should go into the end zone.
Ooh, boy.
It does, but oh my gosh, barely.
Oh, man.
Barely. I mean, it almost seemed like Voigtchild was blowing on that football to get it roll one more time.
How horrible would that have been if that ended up at the 1-yard line?
That would have been the play of the game, wouldn't it? At this time, anyway. But it's 1st down and 10. You heard the cry from the crowd, hold them, defense. That's what the Bulldogs need to do if they want to get the ball back and win it. If the Miners want to win it, this is their opportunity. Ball control drive, take it down the field, and force them to have to play a passing game because they cannot do that.
We had a nice drive to start the second half.
Feltner, wide to the right. Cooper Smith, wide to the left. Paul Oliver looks over the defense, takes the snap. No doubt about it. He's running straight ahead, pushing the huddle, pushing the mass forward across the 25 out to about the 27. It's a good pickup.
Followell stops him, but he had spun around to the right.
Pickup of 6.
Yeah, got out to the 26-yard line. It was, again, just a hair from getting out of there. And he's got 97 yards, 17 carries for the Miner quarterback.
Again, receivers left and right. Flankers on both sides, man in motion. Coming around on the left-hand side, is that Voigtchild?
Scott.
Eli Scott. Boy, he is running just like Jesse. He is motoring.
Man,
he's out to about the 34, and then he got popped.
He took a big hit from Kendall.
But he held on to the football.
Yeah, he did. I don't know how you do, but that moves the chains, and that Miners starting to see a little bit of room on those counters out to the 34-yard line. Got to keep an eye on the clock, 5:38.
See, this is where conditioning right here.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the one standing at the end of this? 2 wide receivers to the right. 1 wide receiver to the left. They've kind of split people out here. Let's see what happens. 1 setback behind Oliver. Flag instantly. They run straight ahead with Ashton White, but there's an instant flag, probably against the Miners. We'll wait and see here. It was thrown by the referee. Yep, he's pointing against the Miners.
Penalties of absolutely.
Probably offside.
Procedure call. I'm not sure.
Illegal procedure.
Not sure how that works, how that makes that call, but clearly the Miners have got to work on something when it comes to this. There are too many penalties. You expect that in week 1, but you really don't want to see that in a big game like this. That makes it 1st and 15.
Oh, my. Now they're...
Officials are talking to the down lineman for the Miners, I guess.
Now they're running uphill.
Oh, you're playing behind the chains now. 5:18 to go.
And you do not want to give the ball back to this offense.
You do not want to give it. They've shown on about every play they possibly can break it.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Oliver takes the snap, follows the backs through the hole. He's across the 35 and he's out to about the 38-yard line.
And that ball he had reached the ball out with his arm and got to hang on to big number 77, Jacob Breedlove, leading the way down the field. So now we're 2nd and doable.
Yeah, that was a powerful run. 4:50, clock running in the Meek Financial scoreboard. 14-14, first down. No, that's not right. It's not first
2nd
down.
and
2nd
6.
down, 6 from the 38-yard line. Can the Miners do it? Reverse pivot. He's going to run off the left-hand side this time, and he hits a brick wall at about the 40.
Going to give
They're going to give him a better spot, Heather. I'm sorry. They're going to give him.
Going to need to give a special shout out to Haley Flath and Josh Kuto, who are watching the live stream from Hawaii.
Oh my gosh.
Haley's brother is Eli Scott.
He's playing a great game.
Haley, he's playing fantastic tonight.
3rd and 3, a big
Receivers
play.
left and right. 3rd and 3.
They got him.
Man in motion. Now they got 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Oliver will take the ball from the gun. He's going to hand off on the left-hand side. Eli Scott, we just said his sister was listening when he takes the football and goes across the 45 to the 47-yard line. And to Sis in Hawaii, I will tell you, he just silenced this crowd.
He did. Follow again along with Parker Hale, and that was a big. There's so much tension right now, Kevin and Heather. I mean,
do we also need to mention that front line is starting to assert itself?
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit more holes.
He had a hole there, and he made it count.
And I watched the clock. It's 3:35. We don't really have a field goal situation.
Financial score, the fake, nobody there. Oliver's got to keep it, and he twists his way into Bulldog territory at about the 47.
Boy, an alert play by the sophomore. You got to remember, this kid is a sophomore. We're not talking about a seasoned senior veteran.
But what did the AD say? Your man-child quarterback.
Man-child quarterback, yeah.
Paul Oliver is playing well again tonight. He always does, and you're right. Sometimes you take it for granted. This kid's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Receivers left and right. 2nd down. What can they do? They fake the pass. Voigtchild scoots around the right side. Great tackle. Great tackle by number 12, Noah Breeden, because Voigtchild had room to roam, and then he cut him down.
We're used to seeing him be able to squirt out of that. First down,
that was going to be a big play.
Yeah.
He had room. I thought he was going to make him miss. He did not.
One guy to beat, and he made the play. But
Eli Scott, Cooper Smith wide to the left, Feltner wide to the right. Ashton Smith, the setback. Oliver, the quarterback, working from the gun. There's the snap. He takes it. He's going to run straight ahead. Nope, he skirts around the right end.
Nice block.
He gets a block. He's got another man to beat, or he's going to get thrown for a loss, and the man throws him down. He beats the quarterback.
Well, that was Welch, number 20. I thought he was downfield, but evidently not. Now we got some.
No gain, I don't think. I don't know what's going on over there, but he had room on the left-hand side. If he'd have cut it up, he chose to take it wide, and the quarterback, number 20, Eli Welch, made him pay.
2 quarterbacks brought him down. Nice tackle. You're seeing some good effort by the Monrovia defensive team.
2 minutes remaining in this game
time
on
is
the
getting
Meek
to be an
Financial
issue.
scoreboard. 14-14. Miners with the ball at the 44. Oliver throws it to Feltner. Behind him, incomplete. He was at the 35, just kind of a little button hook, but the ball was thrown behind him. He fell backward trying to catch it and could not. 3rd down, 10.
Yeah, that makes it, you don't want to do...
It's 2-down territory, so you don't have to get it all here.
I don't know. You watch that clock. If you punt the ball down and make them have to work for it, I don't know. Depends on what we get here, Kevin. If we can get 9 or 10 yards.
Yep, this is the play, folks.
Get 8 or 9. Get 8 or so. We got 3rd and 2. I think we go for it.
2 wide receivers to the right. 1 wide receiver to the left. Ashton White, the lone setback. Oliver, high snap. He's in trouble. Oh, the snap threw him off, and they bury him at about the 47-yard line. A loss of about 4.
And that means,
that's a killer.
That means you've got to punt now. Joseph Smith was right there.
Extremely high. What do we got here?
I think it's a timeout for Monrovia.
For Monrovia. It's now 14-14. 1 minute, 37 ticks remaining in the football game on the Meek Financial scoreboard. Oh, my. Buckle up. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
At Violet & Company, we love assisting each of you in all of life's special moments. We are a locally owned floral shop at 69 North Main Street in downtown Linton. Contact us at 812-847-3208 to purchase your arrangement for any special occasion or stop in for that perfect gift. Stay in touch with us on Facebook under Violet & Company for upcoming events and to see our latest creations. We encourage you to live life in full bloom.
Welcome back. Oh, my. They're on the verge of putting the ball back, kicking the ball back with 1:37 left to the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs at 1:37 have shown they can run the football down this field.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. You wouldn't normally be scared about it because you'd say, we'll give them 5 or 6 yards of play, but we've seen Kendall break a big one. We've seen Belcher break a big one, and he just did it a minute ago. We're playing without our leading tackler, Christian Schunk, and we've seen Goodman have to go out with the shoulder, but he was back in on the last series. Now what we need here is a good punt, pin him down as deep as we can.
Let's see, is anybody back for them?
No, they're going for it. I think
Paul Oliver going to roll to his right and then pony kick it.
Oh, my.
Pooch kick it. It's rolling inside the 5. It's going to be down at about the 3.
Oh, great play.
Great pooch kick. Great pooch kick. By our punter,
I thought he was going to keep it for a second there.
I think he looked.
He did look. But they were ready for that.
Yeah.
Shout-outs to Tate, Tiffany Easton, and Aspen Graves, as well as Amy and Rita, who are listening from Bicknell. And Big D, I wanted to give a little clarification. Haley Flath, who's also the brother or sister of Hayden Flath, she's actually stationed in Hawaii in the Air Force.
Wow.
So they're watching.
1 minute, 26 seconds remaining on the Meek Financial scoreboard, 14-14. First down and 10.
Just keep everything in front of you here.
Inside the 5. And there they try it around the left side. Fumble! Oh,
Holy
my.
cow.
No way.
No, we didn't get it.
No way. It is not. It's still who hopped on the ball?
Poole fell on that ball.
Wow.
Oh, that would have been.
Second down.
That would have been a crowd crusher.
Second down, 10. The ball is now at the 7, the scoreboard says.
I didn't see who
I've
got
to go
the
by
hit.
the scoreboard here because they're at the far end of the field.
And,
on the right-hand side. They need to go from right to left.
That was about.
And the clock is running.
About handed us the ball game.
They're going to hand it off going the other way.
It's Kendall.
And it's just amoeba football now. They hand it to the ball carrier, and he's buried by about 10 ball players.
And they're going to let the clock roll out.
Are they really?
Why? No, we called it.
Stopped at 43-9.
We might have called the timeout that time.
43 seconds remaining in this football game. So, excuse me, what is it? What down is it now?
Third down.
Third down. The Miners may get a chance to line up a couple plays.
I'm not sure where they are on the
If they can make that punter kick from deep like that. Well, it's Rader Media Sports. We'll find out in a minute.
Tradition is so important in sports. Linton Sporting Goods has a 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. Dad got his letter jacket here, and now it's his son's turn. Mom brings her daughter in for volleyball, basketball, and softball gear. Sports just runs through the family, and so does Linton Sporting Goods. And don't forget, they offer custom screen printing and embroidery, all items, all sports, all the time. Linton Sporting Goods, Highway 54, where the winners shop. Okay, 43 ticks remaining in this football game in regulation. We're staring at 14-14. We're staring eyeball to eyeball at overtime. What will the Bulldogs do here with a 3rd down and 3 at the 10? Their own 10. Well, you know, it's Kendall and Belcher at the running back spot. They give the Belcher automatic flag. Who jumped?
I think we might have done it. Nope, procedure on them. That stops the clock.
Stops the clock and puts the ball back. So make it 3rd down and 8.
You're right. If we
get the ball back, it's going to be with, 20 seconds left?
Yeah. We won't have much opportunity.
Long ball.
Looks like we have 2 timeouts left by the clock there.
I can't believe they'd risk putting it in the air here with their vaunted running game. I would assume they would just continue.
Well, after that fumble, that was went between 3 Miners.
One wide receiver to the right. They're on an island out there. Feltner is on him. The 2 running backs, Dominique Kendall and Brayton Belcher, are the setbacks. Now they go back to the huddle. I'm not sure what
the coach wants to
happening here. It's taking forever here to run this 3rd down and 8.
They're putting 3 more seconds on there.
Shout out to Shannon Morrison and Dottie and Max back in Linton. Also to Jen Hayden, thank you for letting us know about an audio issue as well.
It's been a heck of a ball game, Kevin. I mean, both teams have fumbled in the red zone, and probably both, that could have been the difference in the ball game right there.
Yeah.
I keep talking about Linton fumbling, but they fumbled at the 12.
I worry about this 1-and-1 out here on the far right-hand side. The quarterback going to hand off straight ahead to Belcher.
Now call a timeout and make them punt. You never know what could happen.
That'll make it 4th down, and I don't know, it looks like about 4. What? They give him the first down?
Oh, they gave him the first down. Boy.
Oh, my. He got further up the field than I thought.
Yeah, I sure didn't see it.
37 seconds. Clock running. 34 in the Meek Financial scoreboard. Receiver wide to the right. Surely they're going to put it up in the air.
Uh-oh.
They're running around the right-hand side and out of bounds. Great defensive play. It was number 9 who's showing a lot of wheels for them.
Yeah.
That was Rader Poole, who fumbled earlier, but he was run down. Was it by Oliver?
No, it was Smith.
All right, Cooper Smith making the big play to get him out of bounds at 26 ticks remaining, 2nd down 5. Well, I would say they're probably going to run out the clock here.
I think so. We can't, Kendall has shown he can bust right through the middle.
All you can hope for is a turnover, but whatever, don't bust a big play here. Kendall going on the right-hand side, nothing doing there. He picked up a little bit. He's about at the 20.
And now we'll see if they just let the clock roll.
16, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. They're going to run one more play. They got a guy up running wide. He's got some room, but he won't make it. He just ran out of bounds with 3 seconds left. And again, that's number 9.
Yeah, now you just get the feeling they might just
Rader Poole
fire it up in the air.
Yep. I would think you're probably right.
Shout out to Marty and Jackie White, who wants to tell their grandson Harrison James, who's on the Miners.
Yep.
Good luck and thank you. You were the one and only person so far that has commented on the website chat this evening.
14-14, 3 seconds left here. 3 ticks. So this is it for regulation. We're headed to overtime unless...
Now they got a timeout.
Now they call the timeout. So on the Meek Financial scoreboard, 14-14, 3 seconds remaining. This is Raider Media Sports.
Well, Miner fans, thank you for coming out and supporting us Miners tonight. Look forward to a great season. Got a lot of guys out here who've been working hard all year to come out and have your guys' support. Looking forward to a great season. Appreciate everything you guys do for us. Go Miners.
This is Tyler Wood of senior class. I'm here to prove wrong.
I'm Nate Jennings, and I'm here to be legendary. Christian Strong, representing the senior class, and I'm here to prove myself. This is Jesse's wrist child from the junior class. Everybody thinks it's a down year this year, but we're here to prove them wrong. We are the Linton Stockton Miners.
Well, I think for the last couple of carries where they get outside here on the left, that play, if we get to overtime, will be run at least once. On the goal line.
Because I think everybody's trying to pound down on the inside, catch a break. It's just 3 seconds to go.
Has shown some speed to get outside.
Just got to keep yourselves, don't take a chance to dive in and try to be a hero. Just let them come to you and bring them down.
Far to the right. Feltner is on him. They've not thrown to him all night long, and now...
And the Miners call a timeout.
Now the Miners call a timeout. I'll tell you, number 20, Eli Welch, the quarterback, looked up like, what now? Timeout. That's what is what now.
Guess you wanted to see what formation they were going to run, but they've run the same formation all night long.
Heather?
This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Rick Crine's Auto Detailing is the place to take your car, truck, or off-road vehicle for complete auto detailing and cleaning, and a ceramic coat that'll make it shine. Call Rick at 812-201-9551.
I'll make it shine like it's mine.
Rick Crine's Auto Mayor John Wilkes in the city of Linton would like to wish the Linton football Miners a successful season. You'll like Linton, but you'll love our Miners.
Well, I've never called an overtime football game. This could be.
Yeah, let's hope so.
And
last one
get your stats ready for overtime, and we'll.
Last one I did was Sullivan a couple of years ago.
But let's first see what happens here. 3 seconds left. They get straight ahead. The guy's got some room, but they hold on, and he's down at the 40. So, that's it. That's regulation. At the end of 4 quarters of play, it's 14-14 on the Meek Financial scoreboard. We'll go over the rules of overtime when we come back. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
So we are headed to the 5th quarter, unofficially. Big D, what are our statistics? What do they got to do? How is this set up? I've never called a high school.
Well, OT is never one of my favorites in high school. You place the ball, they flip the coin. Whoever wins it selects who wants the ball first, and the other one decides what end zone you're going to go to. You basically put the ball at the 10-yard line, and you either score or kick a field goal. No matter what happens on that first one, the second team gets the same opportunity, and they'll do 10 yards there. And then you do it again the second. You flip sides and you do it again. At some point, they make you have to go for 2. I want to say it's not after. It's maybe the 3rd overtime. No clock. The timeouts are all the same, but Monrovia has shown the ability to push the ball up. Although, as I look at the offensive totals, Linton holds a slim 4-yard advantage, 332 to 328. So as much as we've called on that, Linton has got 64 pass yards to Monrovia's 26. That being the difference. Monrovia has 302 yards rushing, Linton 268. Monrovia with the two-headed monster tonight of Brayton Belcher, 19 carries for 147. Dominic Kendall, 17 carries for 134. They've been the bulk, and on the minor side, a good effort from Eli Scott, 7 carries, 53 yards, 26 yards for Voigtschott, and Paul Oliver, the breadwinner, 22 for 113.
May I say, while you were reading all those stats, 3 Bulldogs were down here at the 20-yard line on one knee praying, and one of them was the quarterback, Eli Welch, and the other was Brayton Belcher. I did not catch the third one.
Well,
let's see if their prayers will be answered, or if the Miners will be able to stave them off at 14-14 as we head to overtime. The hometown crowd is rising to its feet.
Couple scores for you. Sullivan is being annihilated by Northview, 33-6. Washington, 7-6 over North Knox. Western, a team down the schedule, 20-13 on Rensselaer Center. And Vincennes Lincoln is handling the Mater Dei Wildcats, 28-12.
So we have the captains meeting again, as just what they did how many hours ago?
Yeah. It's almost 10 o'clock now.
Can I give you both some numbers?
Yes,
sure.
Yes.
Currently, right now, we have 4,106 viewers online. We currently have 1,252 reactions on Facebook for a total of 5,358 people who are either interacting with us, who are watching the broadcast and rooting on their Miners. And then that's in addition to all the Miners that are in the stands.
Yeah, and we do have a good turnout for as long as it is. Most of the stands are full, and there are people lining the fence. So a good show for the Miner fans.
They're meeting at midfield now. The referees.
They may need me to go down and explain it. Well, they talked about the blue moon last night, Kevin, and
it's beautiful tonight.
It is
kind of an orange,
hovering right over the top of the Miner stands on the other side.
It is.
I just know from Monrovia these singers have lost. These singers have lost every year to the Miners, and you just know they want this game. This is across the southern Indiana, particularly. You know, Linton is ranked number 2 and number 5, so this would be something for Monrovia to prove to everybody that they are definitely back.
We're getting ready here to find out what the flip revealed. They're walking over to the. They will look like the.
Typically, if
Bulldogs will get the ball first.
Typically, if you win it, you want to be on defense first because you think you know what you've got to do.
Yeah.
If you hold them, then you can just kind of.
I should say, boy, Belcher's fired up. I'll tell you that.
Watching
him out here and out to 45, he's pounding the ground. He wants the ball. I will tell you, Heather took a picture and will probably be posting it of the Big D and I here. And I will tell you, if you're wondering why I don't have a chair, it's because I'm a nervous Nelly.
Yeah.
And I'm up pacing all the time during these games. And Big D is in the comfort of his chair.
That's
doing
right.
His stats.
I'm loving that. I can't stand up, do stats. It's impossible.
Okay, so the ball is placed where?
Looks like 10. A 10.
Okay, so
can't
it's
get
a
a first
33
down
on the scoreboard. So the ball is at the 10, first and 10. 14-14, the crowd is eating this up. The quarterback going to give to Belcher. He's hit right away. He gets a couple.
Hit right away by Ashton White, but he surged forward.
It was just a dive play.
Yeah,
just a straight dive.
You got to think that's all they're going to do.
You would think 10 yards with the game on the line, they'd be able to make it.
Right.
They're big guys up front. They got good power. I wouldn't be surprised if they do another power dive here and then go wide on third.
I think they'll just go right up the gut.
There's the quarterback. Give it straight ahead, and he's in.
No, they're going to stall him at the 1. His knee was down, but, boy, he was right there.
They were signaling touchdown. The players were. Let's wait. It's my fault. Premature. They're going to put him down. Now they say touchdown. Yeah, I was right.
I don't know how officials could just come in and do it, but he was going to go in anyway.
So now, do they go for 2?
No, they'll kick it. They got a kicker that can kick it. Why not? Although it does look like they're going to go for 2. And why not? They're having such success running the ball up the middle.
Oh, boy.
Sure does look like it. And this forces our hand in a big way.
Okay.
This is
Belcher and Kendall, the running backs. Who's going to get it? Oh, they started early. It looked like Belcher started early. Did anybody else in the front line?
Monrovia's clapping.
I thought they started early. Let's see. Nope, they're marking it off against the Miners.
Oh,
so where does that put it?
About the 1.5 line.
Oh, my gosh.
Penalties and turnovers tonight have been bad for the Miners, but in the end, Monrovia has just been able to make the big play.
Yep. Okay, so will it be Kent? My bet is wide with Kendall, but we'll see if it's Belcher or Kendall.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
I can't quite
He dropped
tell
the ball.
what
He didn't get
there.
in. If they go in and call him in, then that's going to be bad because he fumbled the ball. No good.
No good.
So they rolled the dice.
Oh, the Miners held. 20-14. Can the Miners return the favor from the 10-yard line? Now the hometown crowd doesn't like it. You hear it. Ooh, they're not sure, but you know what? From our Bob Euchre seat over here, you really can't tell.
I was going to say, it is always funny when we're 50 yards away from anything, and how do you know? But now Miners have had trouble moving. You know, we're not, I guess I shouldn't say that. Paul Oliver's got some yards, but the Miners have got to be able to move the ball. They can't get it a long, like second, third long.
Will they pass it? That'll be interesting. Feltner wide to the right. He's the lone wide receiver. Everybody else is in tight.
Yeah.
Wingbacks on both sides. You
One-on-one
hear
with
the
Feltner.
Monrovia crowd on its feet, cheering, hoping they can inspire their defense to stop the Miners. The Miners can score a touchdown and an extra point. They win. Here's the snap. Going off the right-hand side. Oliver spins and lunges forward. He is close.
Looked like he was going to get stopped, and he was able to spin the last minute. Looks like he gets down to the 3-yard line. Good first down play for the Miners.
Oh, my. Pick up 7, a first down from the 10. I'm shocked he got that much yardage. I'll tell you, the beef up front cleared that path.
Well, I thought he was going to get stopped, and then he was able to.
Oliver now working from the gun. Man in motion. He gives it to Eli Scott around the left-hand side.
He's in.
Is he in? Yes!
He's in.
Touchdown, Miners. Now will they kick or go for 2?
No, they're not going to kick it. Not going to kick it. They are not going to put their kicker in there.
You know, the funny thing is, had they just kicked their extra point, they would have put pressure on us.
Exactly. And they had a kicker who drilled both of their kicks.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that? But I think maybe they felt, they felt like they've been able to get the yards. And Linton,
on the other hand,
we don't want to go to the end of
Linton
overtime.
Does not have a consistent kicking game, so the pressure's still on Linton.
Yeah.
They're going to go for 2.
They got
Feltner wide to the right. They're going to work from the gun. Oh, this is it, folks. One play.
Oh, they got him a jump.
We got him a jump.
They called a timeout.
They called a timeout.
Looked like they were going to jump on that one.
You know, on the scoreboard, it says one town, one team, our dream. Oh, my. One team is going to emerge from this
was that was their motto the year they won the state championship. I remember that well. And they won the state championship doing exactly what they're doing right here.
So, Big D.
You had to sit down for a second.
Coaches, I had to sit down finally. Put your coach's hat on here.
Well, I tell you what.
What are you doing?
Everybody in the planet is expecting Oliver to keep this ball. And,
I'll tell you, Eli Scott.
Yeah, if they can get just enough sustain and blocks. Just get enough
either
sustain.
Either those two can get to the outside.
Yeah, it's just a matter of the blocks. They're going to try to run something probably lateral. But it's hard to say. Oliver's had such luck. Oliver with 120 yards on 23 touches.
Oh, folks. Boy, I
don't want to see us go to two OTs.
Last night's volleyball game,
I'm going to say
tonight's
you guys
football game, and oh my, I don't know if I can handle this.
How lucky are we?
I'm supposed to be retired.
You got through all your professional life without having any major health issues, and now a high school football game will put you down.
Here the Miners come, 20-20. It's this play.
Boy,
one play or a double overtime.
Shock would be a pass to Feltner on a slant.
Ashton White is the lone setback. Nope. Voigtchild comes back. Are they in the eye?
Yeah. There it is. He's in.
Straight ahead.
He's in.
He's in.
Oh, they're going to say he didn't get in. Oh,
no.
Bull crap. Bull crap. He put the ball across the end zone. Oh.
Oh, my gosh. It's double overtime, folks.
Oh, boy, I sure thought he got his hand across the line. Sure thought he did.
Oh, my
So now Linton will get the ball first this time. Oh, my goodness. A chance to end the game right there.
Can they at least come down to this side where we have a better view?
Well, I thought they did flip sides.
Oh, I know I could get the binoculars
out. I really thought that Voigtchild had gotten across there. Somebody made a nice tackle at the end there. I don't know who it was. I don't have the patience to use the glasses now.
So those of you that are watching at home, below this Facebook up and let us know, show support for the Miners. They'll be able to watch this back for the next 24 hours. Let's see it.
The crowd still standing here, and we're behind the home team, the Monrovia Bulldogs. And I will tell you, They have been wonderful, gracious hosts.
They have. Always one of my favorite places to go.
Yeah. Classy. Very classy. And, well, we'll see. It looks like they're going to stay at that end. Doggone it.
I didn't know they did
here.
that. I really thought they were supposed to.
I mean, we're close to midfield, but for whatever reason, it seems like we have a better angle going this way.
It does feel closer. We're kind of, I was hoping to get a view here. Boy,
No, you're fine. I can't sit down. Ugh.
I'm trying to look at the replay here, Kevin, on my phone to see how close it was to him getting in there. Oh, well, that's not the play anyway.
Okay. Here we go.
We simply have to score, and we have to go for 2 because...
First down and 10, Miners at the 10. First and goal. Both teams are in the red zone. Handoff to number 21, Scott on the left-hand side.
Positive yards.
Yeah, I can't quite. I'm watching the. Looks like he picked up about 3.
Yeah, looks like he got about the 7. Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Eli Scott with 59 yards.
This is cute. All the kids are running down to the other end of the stadium so they can see the plays. Here's a second down. Man in motion, that's Scott. They're going to come back with the jet sweep the other way.
He's in.
Voigtchild is in on second down. Touchdown, Miners.
Now we've got to get this 2-pointer. Got to get this 2-pointer.
Wow. I'm surprised that he was as open hitting that hole as he was.
He cut back around. I think they were watching again for Oliver to keep it.
Everybody was running to the right, and the wingback on the right. Voigtchild comes back to the left, and off he goes. Here we go for 2.
We need this, folks.
Yeah, they need this. Ashton White, the lone setback. Oliver spins, tucks, runs behind. He's not going to get there. He does not make it. So now you have to stop the touchdown and everything and double overtime.
They'll just kick the extra point. She's not even come close to missing. Paul Oliver could not get in.
You got to stop the touchdown.
Yeah, absolutely have to stop it because she's about as much a shoe-in as you can get. And I'm sure that's what they got to feel. Golly.
Craig Rigdon, Radar Media sounds great here in St. Louis, Missouri. I appreciate it, but it's Rader with an R. Too much mash there.
You would not believe the amount of people that call us Radar.
Well, I could see it.
Instead of Raider. So we always try to.
I used to call you. I was called you Raber for about 5 games.
And Heather would know this because I told her, but that was my nickname in high school. But MASH was big back then.
Yeah.
My gosh, it's been 100 years ago.
Come on, Minor D, big
quarterback,
play.
Welch, under center. Takes the snap. Hands off straight ahead to Belcher. He maybe gets a yard.
Miners are right there on him. First hit, trying to get who that is, getting off the bottom. 57, Jimmy Wright.
Way to be, Jay Wright. The Meek Financial scoreboard, 26-20, Miners on top. We're in second overtime. Belcher and Kendall. What a shock with the setbacks. I'm thinking we're going to see Kendall.
There he goes.
There he goes.
Jimmy Wright again.
And they got him. Jimmy Wright's on the bottom of that. And who is on top? 33, Ashton White. And there's another one, 54. Who's 54?
That's
for the
Ty
Miners?
Boyd.
Ty Boyd was in there, too. Great stop.
5-yard line. They got 2 downs
They got
to
2
get in there.
downs for third down 5. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm tapping my foot, causing problems. Double overtime. Oh, my gosh. If you're at the edge of your seat, you're not the Lone Ranger.
Their kicker's down here
One wide
pacing.
receiver wide to the right. Again, under center. The quarterback gives to Belcher. He had some room and then got pushed back. He didn't get in. I think he's at the 5, maybe the 4.
Here it comes. Again, Ashton White in there, and here we go.
Fourth down. This
marbles.
is it. It'll be 4th down 3 for all the marbles.
You got to wonder if
Unless, of course, they score, then the extra point is for all the marbles.
Here we go.
Here it is, folks. They run in with a play.
Watch out for something different.
Give it to the quarterback, Eli Welch. What can they pull out of the hat here to get 4th down?
I think we're going to
3.
crash in on Belcher, and they're going to pitch it out, or maybe the quarterback keeps it. He hasn't done that all night.
Kendall. Belcher. Trying to draw them off, but they called a timeout. They did not draw them off. That's what they tried to do.
Or maybe they tried to see what we're doing. Number 4 is coming off, really talking to the coaches. The tight end, the tight end could go sneak in the back of that end zone.
Who has done nothing all night.
Yeah,
Caden
they haven't
Smith,
thrown to
They
him.
have not thrown to him all night. He's a 5'11", 180-pound senior. But, sometimes those kids are the best eyes for a coach coming off, saying, look, I'm open.
He came off with I think he's saying that the outside linebacker's crashing, something along those ways. Now we need that bad snap. Now we need something like that to happen. 4th and 3. The Miners down ahead 26-20. Double
overtime, folks. Can you believe it?
Someone said you're as well, I'll let this comment ride for just a few minutes here. Don't want to break momentum, but this is pretty good.
4th down 3, folks, when this timeout ends. Double overtime. Are we headed to triple overtime?
It's tough. It's tough to call for them,
Oh, dear.
If we save it to later and it's a bad, oh, well. Here we go. Kendall is going to get it on the dive.
He stopped. No, they give it to him.
Did they give it to him?
I tell you what.
It was close. I wasn't sure he made it.
I didn't think he got in, but, of course, I'm a Miner fan. And now here comes Emory Newland to win this ball game. I'm not even sure who it was.
Yeah, Emory Newland. She's a 5'6", 120-pound junior, and we've seen her kick.
Well, she's a good
kicker.
spot on. Yeah,
the only hope is, can they block it?
We got to hope for a mistake, something crazy. Miner's going to ice her.
Do you hear that? The crowd's one guy in the crowd's yelling, "You can't ice her."
Well,
they're going to try. The
hopefully
Miners are going to try.
Hopefully that's their dad. She's got to be tough cookie, honestly.
Are hogs really that nervous when they're eating bacon? Go ahead and read that. That was fun.
I don't even think I can.
Kevin's as nervous as a hog eating bacon.
Ooh.
Now, first of all, does a hog eat bacon?
That's kind of cannibalism, isn't it?
But it's funny.
Yeah.
I like it. It's funny.
And
you're right. I am incredibly nervous. That's just my makeup, folks. Always has.
Hey, I hate to give you this piece of bad news, but she is 17 of 17 this year.
The only hope, I think, is to block it.
That or a bad snap or some issue.
And then we'd be going to triple overtime.
You just think about all the opportunities that
both teams have.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to line it up again. The locals are saying Emory Newland can't be iced.
They'll tell everybody to.
And I believe it. She's been warming up.
Yeah,
and
she's
kicking,
17. She's 17 all. I don't see. It's going to take something crazy to happen. The holder is Parker Hale.
They're calling the signals. There's the snap. There's the placement.
It's
the kick
good.
is up and good. That's the way it's going to end on the Meek Financial scoreboard. The hosts, the Bulldogs from Monrovia, 27. The Miners, 26. What a thriller of a football game.
You got nothing to hang your head about if you're the Miner fans. It's just this is the way the games used to go with Monrovia. Tough battle on both sides, but again, I got to say, Miner penalties played a role in their defeat tonight.
Well, and I never want to say injuries, but we've lost some key people tonight.
Christian Shank not being out there is definitely a factor on the inside, but again, Monrovia is just a tough team. This is going to be a team going to go far down the tournament.
So the Bulldogs in green have no doubt lost several years in a row to these Miners.
Yeah.
And they're going to enjoy this tonight, and I can't blame them. But it was a wonderful football game between two talented teams that put their heart out there tonight and fell just 1 point short.
Yeah, 4th down and 3. They managed to get in the end zone.
We want to remind all of you that have stuck with us to continue to stick with us while we have our post-game show. We have some announcements to make as well, so be sure to stick with us.
Yeah, the coach will be up, and boy.
Well, that'll be a tough interview.
Yeah, I've only talked to him 2 losses in my career so far here. This will be the 3rd in the 3rd year. I would say that's a pretty good. And look I love the sportsmanship that's being shown here by both teams, high-fiving with the little kids that are in line behind the team.
Well,
the Miners are a class act, and so are these guys. So are the Bulldogs.
Wonder what Paul Oliver's heading down into the middle of Monrovia. Oh, he's looking for somebody in particular, probably.
What a great football game. It would have been stupendous
he's
if
talking
the Miners won. But
coaching, if you're going to lose, double overtime is,
And in a game that was really clean.
Yeah.
Didn't look like it was chippy. It looked like each side was helping each other up all the time. This was just 2 pros going at it out here.
Yeah.
They know how to win and they know how to play. So the Miners out there taking a knee around their coach, and he'll be up here as soon as that is concluded. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
There is one thing we at Rader Media Sports want you to understand. We're more than just live streaming. So much more. Just click on RaiderMediaSports.com and you'll begin to get the picture. There are pages for each sport, player photos, game score updates, and schedules. But not everyone's an athlete, so we'll also cover K-12 student activities and special events, weekly student and alumni spotlights, along with Student and Athlete of the Week. Also, check out the many sponsors that we will update throughout the year, just to see how they're supporting the Miners as well. And as a reminder, 30% of the revenue generated by the sponsors will now be returned to Linton Stockton schools. So join our Facebook and Instagram pages at Rader Media Sports to see highlights throughout the year and for links to watch the free live stream broadcasts. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Well, when this night began, Big D, we wondered, was this 2-0 record for real?
Well,
I think Monrovia answered that question.
Yeah,
Tonight,
I think
they remain 3-0 undefeated. The Miners dropped to 2-1.
And I think the thing, if you're a Monrovia fan, is that they have a lot of underclassmen, 3 sophomores on the starting line, and a lot of underclassmen. So they could be back for nice runs in the future. Of course, when you got senior leaders like Welch at quarterback and Belcher and Kendall as well, we just were not able to stop them, sustain. We did a good job. I mean, there's a lot of yards out there, but we had the opportunity. Two-point could have won the game and couldn't get it in there. In that 4th and 3, it had to be close. We'll see when we watch the film how close that was, but just a game you hate to see anybody lose, actually.
Yes, 2 good football teams, 2 undefeateds, and that's the way the cookie crumbled tonight. Both had opportunities to win in regulation and did not. And they pushed it to overtime, and it came down to a extra point kick, and that was the difference tonight, 27-26.
Yeah, you always wonder, people might question why didn't you just try to kick the extra point? If you've got a kicker that really doesn't have any much varsity experience, and
I've seen her kick. She can kick.
She can
make them.
You throw her out there in the middle of that kind of pressure situation. She was 3 of 5, and she hit 1 of 2 last week, so she can get them in there, but it's a lot of pressure to put on somebody.
Clearly, when they have a kicker that's 17 for 17, they knew they could.
Well, now she's 18 for 18. Yeah. Game-winning kick, and she's a junior, so that's got to be a big moment for her. But they're going to leave that.
As you pointed out, she could kick field goals, and we were worried that it might come down to that.
I didn't think of that. Well, they had to go for the touchdown, didn't they?
Right.
Well, now we'll turn our attention, hopefully, to the Arrows coming next week. We'll have to rebound, make the team hungry. We got to worry about.
Sullivan's going to have to battle.
Yeah,
they lost.
They took a big loss tonight at Northview, but have to be concerned about Christian Schunk. He made a big hit, caused a fumble that really broke up a scoring drive.
Losing him is a big deal tonight.
Yeah,
you can't say that's why they lost.
He's your leading tackler on the inside, and they were able to run on the inside once he wasn't out there.
Why don't we take another break, and then we'll come back with the stats with Big D. He'll show you all the statistical story of this football game. A 27-26 win for the Monrovia Bulldogs over the Linton Miners. This is Rader Media Sports, in double overtime, I should add. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.
Tradition is so important in sports. Linton Sporting Goods has a 20-year tradition of offering Hoosiers the best in sports equipment and apparel. Dad got his letter jacket here, and now it's his son's turn. Mom brings her daughter in for volleyball, basketball, and softball gear. Sports just runs through the family, and so does Linton Sporting Goods. And don't forget, they offer custom screen printing and embroidery, all items, all sports, all the time. Linton Sporting Goods, Highway 54, where the winners shop. Back once again here at the on the road, the Monrovia Bulldogs hosting the Miners, battle of two unbeatens, and only one emerges, and that's the Bulldogs, 27-26 in double overtime. Big D, what is the statistical story of tonight's game?
We'll recap the scoring. Oliver is going to get the first touchdown, but not till the second quarter. 4 minutes and 30 seconds, he goes in from 28 yards. The extra point is short. It's a 6-0 lead for the Miners at that point. That's how it was through the half. Lots of excitement. As I mentioned, Monrovia fumbled at the 12. Back and forth they went into the third quarter. The Miners were unable to move the ball at all, punt the ball away, and Dominic Kendall bust for about a 40-some-odd yard run at the 10:09 mark. The extra point by Emory Newland is perfect. 7-6 is how we went into the fourth quarter, but Paul Oliver would score after a turnover inside the 10-yard line. The Miners cash it in. They score, but they go for two. Paul Oliver gets it. Miners are up 14-6. But really, Monrovia was able to move the ball pretty well. Braden Belcher busted loose on a 48-yard run. The extra point was good, and we were all notched at 14-all. Linton fumbled at about the 8-yard line. That could have iced the game at one point, but Monrovia in overtime, you had to get a little scared about it because they had moved the ball so well. Belcher did strike the first score. They went for two and didn't get it. The Miners answered with Eli Scott going into the first overtime, went for two to try to win it. Didn't quite get in the end zone. Linton got the ball to start the second overtime. Jesse Vorkstad goes in from 7 yards out, but the two-pointer, which we knew we were going to have, is about a half an inch short. Then Braden Belcher scores on a 4th and 3, a sure play that will go down for Monrovia history as he goes in, and then Emory Newland comes in calm as ice and nails the extra point for the 27-26 win for Monrovia. The Miners, great performance again. Paul Oliver, second 100-yard game, 23 carries, 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. Backed up solidly, Eli Scott, 9 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown. Jesse Vorkstad, 10 carries, 33 yards and a touchdown. Ashton White, 3 for 25 as well. 5 for 8 for Russell Goodman. Christian Schunk only played the first quarter and a half. They had probably a concussive situation. 2 carries for 4 yards. Linton with 249. Still averaged 4.7 per carry of the ball. Passing 4 of 12 was Oliver. 64 yards had an interception. It was more or less a heave at the end of the game. Catches made by Hayden Feltner, 2 for 30. Jesse Vorkstad, 1 for 26. And 1 for 8 for Eli Scott. 64 passing, 249 rushing, 313 yards for the Miners. The Bulldogs, obviously a two-headed monster, starting with Braden Belcher, the senior, 24 carries, 164, 3 touchdowns, did have a fumble. 18 carries for Dominic Kendall, 137 yards and a touchdown. 27 yards from Rader Poole, who showed some speed. He did have a fumble. Monrovia with 2 fumbles tonight. And Eli Welch with 3 carries for -6. That gives him 322 yards. Rushing on 49 carries, 6.57 per. They really only passed the ball twice. Once was as a throwaway, but the other one was a 26-yard completion to Rader Poole that gave them a first down inside the red zone, but they weren't able to score. So 26 pass, 322. Rush is 348 for the Bulldogs. About as close as you can get, 348 to 352 when it comes to that. First downs, Monrovia with Linton with 20, Monrovia with 16, which is kind of hard to fathom. But we did have a couple of nice long drives along the way. Third down conversion, 7 of 11 for Monrovia, 7 for 14 for Linton. Fourth downs, 1 for 1 for Monrovia, 2 for 3 for the Miners. And, of course, the big stat there is going to be four who turnovers were they? I can't think of the sponsor for that.
Jordan Vaught Insurance of Bloomfield.
There you go. We don't like turnovers, but we like them when they happen to Monrovia. They had 2. We had a fumble and interception. Penalties again for the Miners, 8 for 70. That doesn't seem like a ton, but they came at ill-advised times and turned second and shorts into second and longs and third and longs. And we've had really more penalties than what I would expect the Miners to do. So that's about all I got.
Well, keep talking for a minute. I think Coach Oliver's coming right up here.
Okay. Well, yeah, I can do that. So we can only grow from something like this, Heather. I mean, it's the two very physical, very tough games back-to-back, St. Teresa and this Monrovia team. And so that's just going to set us well going down the future. We got Sullivan coming up, and then we got another tough one with Boonville. There's some tough teams. This Western team's going to be tough as well. And got Coach Ollie standing in the back there.
Coach, a tough loss tonight, but I'll tell you, there were two great teams on that field tonight.
Well, yeah,
it was a great game.
It was a great high school football game. Unfortunately, we just came up a little bit short there at the end. We had some opportunities, and we couldn't capitalize on them this time. But you play a good team like Monrovia here at home, you got to be able to capitalize on some things. And but once again, it was a great high school football game. You look at it you can learn a lot from a loss, and we definitely will. And I was telling the boys out there, we're going to learn a lot from this, and this loss here is going to hurt, but it's definitely going to help us, give us an opportunity to win a trophy later.
Do you think you'll see a better two-back tandem this year than what we saw tonight?
I don't know enough about Boonville and Western yet. When you look North Knox, they do different things, Sullivan. So
everybody has their thing.
Everybody has their thing, and so possibly, but that 42, he's a stud. He started since he's a freshman, and
Belcher.
He got his yards and get 2 or 3 at a time, and he's definitely a horse to bring down.
Well, we represented ourselves well, 352 to 348 in yardage. So our offense was able to move the ball. Paul Oliver with 120 yards, but Voigtchild and Scott both in tandem there. I hate bringing things up, but Christian Schonk, losing him, that had to hurt the depth a little bit, and certainly your leading tackler and inside backer, when you lose him in the second quarter, hopefully this is a concussion situation.
Well, it's not a concussion.
Good. He's going to be all right.
I don't know. I don't talk about that. But
right.
So he, when he was unable to play the rest of the game, it definitely hurt our defense and it's definitely our offense. He's one of our leaders on defense. So, but we had other guys step in,
right,
and try to make some plays, and they definitely did. It was just tough team to keep a team like them from 10 yards from trying to go in, but they couldn't stop us. But they were able to stop us on our 2 points.
I was surprised before the game ever started looking at the fact that they hadn't passed the ball.
Yeah.
And then, so I kept thinking, how in the world is that possible? Now I know why.
Well, the other thing is the two teams they played before them, the games wasn't close, so they didn't need to pass. And so, Coach Olson, I know him pretty well, and even their hats say run the ball. And so, so it's like, that's what they want to do, and we knew we had to take that away, and we did at times. But then also they got their yards at times. So it's a great high school football game. A lot of fans here was able to watch it, and we just came up short.
You threw the long ball more, I thought, than I've seen past tonight, and you were close on several. But I know
we were close. What they were doing to us a little bit and stacking the box, we knew we needed to throw a little bit more deep, and we tried it, and we had some drop balls and some miscues here and there, but. That's some things that we know that we have to work on as we continue to grow as a team and continue to keep getting better.
Turnovers key tonight?
Well, yeah, always turnovers. They had turnovers that helped us. We had turnovers that helped them. That's part of sports. You'll watch games tomorrow and there'll be turnovers left and right as well. So penalties still costly at times. We're just going to get a big enough break just to get us over that hump. I thought we really had that momentum there in the fourth quarter getting that drive, and then they stuffed us a little bit and took our momentum away, but it was a great experience for our guys to come out. We saw a lot of good things, and we saw a lot of things we need to work on.
Yeah, I think I forgot what I was going to say completely. The toughness of St. Teresa with Monrovia, both tough physical teams, that's definitely going to benefit you as you roll down the schedule.
Well, that's what our schedule is all about. We don't have very many of those games that we're going to beat someone 65-0. We're in 2A, and last year was the first time we've been able to win a sectional. We want to keep doing that, so we have to keep pushing ourselves. We don't push ourselves, we're not going to get better. We have to get outside our comfort zone. You get outside your comfort zone, you figure a lot of stuff about yourself and your team.
Sullivan lost tonight, Coach. I know that's next week.
Well, Northview's a very good team, and I know Northview was predicted to win, it was a good game between them, I'm sure. I don't know. But next week it'll be over at Sullivan, big rivalry game. Anything happens in that game.
Well, thank you very much, Coach, and
Appreciate
great ball game.
Yep,
I know it's not one of those where you say,
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Fantastic ball game tonight. 27-26. We come up on the short end for the first time in
quite a while, actually. You got to go back to modern day. I guess it wasn't that long ago. It still seems like forever. But
these two teams were evenly matched. I mean, you didn't really notice that at the start.
We could be going home getting beat 35-7 and really wonder what happened. So, I mean, we knew coming in. I thought that these guys were going to be for real. They just a lot of senior leadership.
Sure.
Yeah.
But they proved me wrong.
With Belcher and Kendall and the senior and some of those big guys up front, it just felt like that they were close last year. The way they ended their season, coming back and getting all the way to semi-state, beating Owen Valley, you had a feeling that they had turned the corner. And I think they bought in. They got a 65-man roster, which is pretty big. And they got younger guys. They're 3A.
That would make sense. Okay.
So, but they're really a small in 3A school, kind of like we're a small 2A school. So, I think the physicalness will help us down the road, and hopefully Christian Schonka is going to be all right. Since it's not a concussion, and maybe it's a shoulder deal. But Coach does not like talking about anything like that. But I wanted to see if he was okay. More or less why I was asking. So they're already buses are on the road already. We're still sitting here.
Yeah, Heather, any final word from you for tonight?
I can say that I'm enjoying watching a mother and her two small little boys run up and down this football field. The little boys are challenging their mom, and that's incredible to see.
I see that
and they're
now.
in the end zone, and then they've got some other.
Big D.
Oh, I was looking at the same thing happening over here. The mom was going to throw the pass.
I guess what I want to say, Kevin, is that we had 2 volleyball games this week, a football game on the road. We've done a number of interviews this week. We've grown the Facebook page by 2 different times. I mean, we've grown it twice as many fans. How is retirement for you?
It's wonderful, and I really enjoy this. And I thank you for encouraging us to give this a try, and I'm glad Big D decided to come over, and because we couldn't have done it really without him. And so, but boy, what a night tonight.
You'd have to talk a whole lot more, that's for sure.
27-26 in double overtime, folks. It was a great ball game. Nothing sad when we leave here. They left it all out in the field, and that's all you can ask for. It was a great ball game.
Yeah, that's the best way you could say it. Everything was left out on the field tonight for sure.
Yeah. We've all got a pretty long trek home tonight. Be safe, Dan. We'll be safe as well. We want to thank everyone listening at home. We want to thank everyone who will be going back and watching this on the replay. We want to thank all of the sponsors that make this broadcast possible and make it free for the fans. That was one of our main goals in this objective is that we want to make sure that the fans can watch from anywhere. And we had great representation from many different states and many households. And what we love seeing is so many people that are having viewing parties at home. I had a lot of people write and say, we invited friends and family over to watch the game, and they're following their minors. So we're just happy to be a very small part of that.
That's going to wrap it up for us tonight. The final here from Monrovia, the Bulldogs 27, the Linton Miners 26 in double overtime. Thank you for listening. We enjoy bringing this to you. This is Rader Media Sports, home of the Miners.